Stop by Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
This is the Drive, baby!
The Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Yes, on a Tuesday, maybe a Tapatio Tuesday, Drive Guys taking you up to 6 p.m. Alan Stiles and my guy Jay Johnson. We got you. Whitey Gleason out for the week, enjoying himself. If you happen to be running around and didn't catch the show yesterday or missed the announcement, but Whitey will be back with us at the end of the week or to start off next week. And he's going to be a little bit surprised at some of the stuff that has come out, or maybe not, because we know that Whitey Gleason has been around the game for a very long time and he has seen some things. So if I were to tell Whitey, well, you know what you missed? Russell Westbrook might be back in the fold in Sacramento. You think he'd be surprised or not? I don't necessarily think he would be in awe or starstruck or completely blindsided, because none of us thought it was going to end that easy, right? I mean, the way everything was laid out, we think that he outplayed his contract. Well, we always thought that, or at least I always thought that was a nice way of saying, and I think I even used the example before, hey, you're too good for me. You're too good for me. You're too nice. You don't want to be with me. I'm a train wreck, right? You deserve something good. You deserve a contender. You deserve someone that's going to treat you right. When in reality, that person just doesn't like you the same way that you like them back. That's what I thought was happening with the Kings and how they were speaking on Russell Westbrook. Well, it kind of backfires when it turns out that, and we don't know this for certain, but it can backfire when that person says, no. I don't want to be with anybody else. I want to be with you. I don't want to be with a contender. I don't want to get paid more money. I'd rather just be on a minimum with you. Then that gets a little bit sticky because you thought you sent them on their way. So we don't necessarily know the mind games, if you will, that the Kings were attempting to play or how they truly felt. But what we do know is that there is a a report out from Jake Fisher of the Stein Line, and it's talking about Russell Westbrook and throwback name Victor Oladipo and a level of interest that the Kings might have in them. Now, Victor Oladipo always has a special place in my heart because Temple basketball hasn't been good for a very long time. But the last time they were good, right, there was a stretch. It was Fran Dunphy, and it was a couple year stretch there. I think it was, 2014, 2015. And the Temple Owls lost to Indiana, and Victor Oladipo, I believe he made a three, not as time was expiring per se, but it was pretty late in the game. Indiana went on to win that game in March Madness, and that was the game to go to the Sweet 16. And that's the closest that Temple University has been in a very, very long time. They've had a couple of first four games that they've lost. So Victor Oladipo always had a target on his back as far as I was concerned when he got into the league. I'm one of those guys where I want him to be the best so I can say, hey, that's why my team didn't go that far, because they lost to a superstar. And Victor Oladipo and his athleticism, he made waves throughout the league for a little bit. And sometimes, there's I don't even know if it's an old saying, Jay, but sometimes some guys are just too athletic for their own good or too athletic for their body. Their body can't handle the athleticism, whether that's a Derrick Rose. I'm not necessarily, the knee thing is one thing, like Brandon Roy, but just they're so explosive, that it's not going to last forever.
Zion?
Maybe Zion is another good one. I've always said that Giancarlo Stanton probably played the wrong sport. The dude is a freaking house, and he just can't stay healthy playing baseball. He needed to just be a tight end, something like that. And Victor Oladipo, I believe, to a lesser degree, falls into that category. So I have no clue, absolutely no clue what the Kings would be interested in Victor Oladipo doing. And I mean this as respectfully as possible. If there was a list of available vets and you had to rank them as far as who you thought would be good for that would be good for Darius Acuff and good for the young guys. It's not that I think Victor Oladipo wouldn't be good. He just wouldn't be at the top of the list for me. The first time or the last time he played in the NBA was 2023. He played in 42 games. He actually averaged 26 minutes per game. He played in 42 games for the Miami Heat. 2022, he played in 8 games. 2021, he bounced around 3 different teams. He played in 33 games. 2020, shortened season, he played in 19. Last time he was an All-Star was 2019. And he was also an All-Star in 2018. That's where he played. He played 75 games, and after that, he never eclipsed technically 43 games because he played 42 after that in 2023. And then, of course, I think he went overseas for a little bit, did not play in 2024 due to injury. And I have absolutely no clue what Victor Oladipo would look like. I'm sure he can give some type of veteran experience for sure. I just not the first person I would think of. He was very emotional. I think that was around Summer League, because if I'm not mistaken,
Summer League?
We were in Vegas for that. And he was breaking down. He was just happy that there were so many teams in attendance, and the Kings were also in attendance for that. So that should have been a little tea leaf on the interest level that the Kings had. And then, of course, we have Russell Westbrook. Now, Russell Westbrook, that's the content. That's the gift that keeps on giving. So we're going to get to Russell Westbrook. Trust me on that. But I did want to spend some time here on Victor Oladipo because I really am not sure what the angle is there, Jay. And again, the level of interest, and just for those of you who are tuning in, and Alan, what the heck are you talking about? Among tonight's items, this is last night, sources say Kings are considering adding one of various veteran guards to help mentor the number 7 pick Darius Acuff, to where Sacramento is now considering a return for Russell Westbrook in addition to signing Victor Oladipo. Then he goes on to say Russell Westbrook and Victor Oladipo rank as 2 of several veteran guard options Sacramento will continue weighing for a late summer backcourt addition. Sources say the Kings were among several teams that observed Oladipo, his workout in Las Vegas during Summer League. So like I said, we're going to spend a lot of time on Russell Westbrook, okay? But I wanted to start with Victor Oladipo. You know, Jay, birds can be chirping for Jay, and you got to kind of ask the right questions to unlock some of the information that Jay has. Jay, what am I missing with the Victor Oladipo thing? What am I missing?
Nothing. Very simple, my brother. Nothing.
What am I missing? What is he bringing to the table, Jay?
I'd say this. Couple things. And you know how I am. I'm not gonna drop the people's elbow on everybody's dream of people who want Russ back and or Victor Oladipo a part of the Sacramento Kings roster moving forward. I'll just say this. I love Jake Fisher. Mm-hmm. Jake Fisher prior, and this is not a pat on the back or whatever, I'm just saying before Jake Fisher became Jake Fisher, I had known Jake Fisher. Mm-hmm. One of the things Jake Fisher is great at is just what you and Whitey talked about last week, which is taking a piece of information and spinning it and presenting it as if it could be fathomable, right? Now, I say that in the form of Jake is a great guy. I've always talked about this. He was a professor. I think I told you that before. You did. He still is a professor to the best of my knowledge. And so I've had great conversations and things like that about it. But it's interesting how Jake has transformed himself into an insider, and I give him kudos for that. Now, I'm just setting the foundation. Just stay with me here a little bit real quick, Alan. On the flip side of that, Mr. Stein has been around basketball longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
He's a very trusted source. He has a voice, and when he speaks, people pay attention. Stein started as a reporter, not as an insider, and I understand you have to transform and do about 5 different things as look around here. We got to all do 5 things nowadays to make it make sense, right, for companies and corporations to even look at you these days. I say that in the form of this. I think they've had some conversations with people. They were at Summer League brass. They were at the Summer League Victor Oladipo situation, meaning if not physically, they had their people inserted in the time.
Yeah.
I actually put a few calls out there to see how interested the Sacramento Kings looked or felt at the Victor Oladipo workout in Las Vegas. The front office was there. No doubt about it. Take it how you want to. The front office was there. From what I was told, Victor Oladipo's workout was very impressive. I saw a J.R. Smith video today, and I meant to send it to you. Dude's highlight reel, just real fast as I slide to the left in my Allen Styles verse. His highlight reel is crazy. I'm going to send it to you during the break. You would think J.R. Smith was Sean Kemp.
Yeah.
He has patented the 360 spin, by the way, too, and that goes all the way back to college at UNC. But I say that to say, I think all eyes were on Victor Oladipo. He is, as you talked about, his talent is great, no doubt about it. If it's me and I'm just, throwing out some odds, what you call me, whatever you want to call me, schmalling, we're schmalling at when you need them. I would say it's a low percentage.
Okay.
Right? And I also understand that we have to have a conversation and that we also need to talk about it. But you know how I do. One thing I'm not going to do is come on here and sugarcoat and play the game just because we need to play the game. You never say never.
Right.
Which is what I said about Westbrook last year. And I thought, sources had told me that it was probably going to happen, and they were waiting on a few blocks to fall. Once those blocks fell, Russ came into the picture, albeit it was right at the beginning of the season.
Right.
I would say this. I think there's a higher percentage of Russ returning than Victor Oladipo being a part of the Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
I would also say I think that people are enamored with Victor Oladipo, and this is what sources are telling me, that because his workout looked fantastic, people are trying to see if they can grab a firecracker in a bottle. And also understand that you're probably going to sign him because, remember, you talked about him going overseas, but I believe his last stint was in the G League.
Okay.
So I think people are looking at you might be able to get lucky, a la what we see when people talk about Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz kind of had the same situation. It's buy very, very low. I'm talking about Goodwill low, thrift store low.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you catch just like that young fella did. He bought that Will Chamberlain, the Lakers warm-up jacket, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, I got 10K. I think that's what the NBA is doing with Victor Oladipo. I say that to say I hope he gets signed by an NBA team. My sources are telling me that it's probably a far distance off. Now, you have to be mentioned in the fact because you don't want to just come out of nowhere and sign Victor Oladipo and people are saying, well, how'd that occur, right?
Yeah.
So you got to put out to certain teams. It wasn't only the Sacramento Kings that Stein and Fisher, throughout there. So let's make sure we on the up and up with that. I would say the percentages are super low. I don't really know what you're missing besides the fact that Oladipo is a high talent that can be bought very low right now, Alan.
Well, that's well said, Jay. Thank you for that info. So just to be clear, you had reached out about Russell Westbrook prior, not last night after this Jake thing.
No, this was last year.
Once the workouts, you spoke about Victor Oladipo
at Summer League.
Okay.
Summer League,
just to be clear, yes.
Summer League, I made because I was interested. I think we even threw it out there real fast, we talked about it, amongst ourselves. It's like, oh man, I was thinking about maybe I could get over to the Oladipo workout and see how it plays out. But everything and everyone that I talked to, even in Vegas, talked about he looked fantastic. Mm-hmm. Oladipo's talent is, you can't deny that.
Yeah.
He's a baller. Unfortunately, as you talked about, his body has just kind of let him down in certain ways. Yeah. And he's kind of always had the tricky injury, which is, years ago, you used to tell your ACL was over with.
Right.
Then it became, now it's kind of the Achilles. But as we see, people are bouncing back from that now. So he's always kind of had like the micro fracture. He also tore his knee 3 ways, the MCL, PCL, and ACL. I looked that up. Mm-hmm. So he's had some unfortunate injuries that have slowed him down. But for whatever reason, Alan, his talent just keeps outweighing the injury base of, can I play anymore? Should I play anymore? And one thing Oladipo has talked about is mentally, he's fresh as a daisy.
Yeah.
He wants to play. I just saw an interview about him last week. They put him out there. I think it was The Athletic that got that. I think it was Sam and Company who put that out there. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago because my timing on the Summer League is off a little bit. Mm-hmm. But they talked to him, and he was like, dude, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fresh and ready to go now.
34 years old, turned 34 in May. Okay, 6'3", they say on Basketball Reference. He was the 2nd overall pick in 2013. And that's what's crazy about it. And that means that March Madness must have been 2011 or 2012.
Man, that long ago?
Yeah. Because I think it was actually, if he got drafted in 2013, it was probably the 2013 March Madness when they beat Temple to go to the Sweet 16. And then, obviously they didn't win the whole thing, but then he left and got drafted 2nd overall.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how he completely fell off a cliff. In reality, Jay, he gets drafted. He was 2nd in Rookie of the Year voting. Goes 80 games, 72 games, 72 games, 67 games, 75 games. And then, like I said, never eclipses more than 42 games after that. So he had 5 healthy seasons, Jay. It says, he played for 10 years. But in reality, he had, like I said, 6 healthy seasons because he was an all-star. He was an all-star in 2019. He only played 36 games.
Wow.
So he was an all-star. He actually played, like I said, 5 solid seasons. He was an all-star in 2019, but he must have got hurt right after the all-star break or whatever it is. And after that, like I said, barely gets to 40 games. So what's happening here is he definitely feels like he got robbed. You're the 2nd pick overall. You really only got 5 healthy seasons. You feel like you got robbed. Your career was stolen from you.
Yeah.
Due to injury.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's forever going to be chasing that. And I don't knock him for it.
No.
No. You keep those cleats on or you keep those basketball sneakers on until somebody literally rips them off. That's what I was told.
Yes.
So
yes.
I would never, tell somebody, man, give it up. Why would I say that? Right?
Never. As long as your body allows you to,
yeah,
keep chasing the dream.
Now, I have no clue what a team would expect from him, whether that be the Kings. Because to your point, Jay, some of this is the classic, I would imagine. And I know Jake Fisher has, his sources, so don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But there always is a level of, man, the Kings will probably do it, right? Now, I'm not saying Jake's doing that.
Yeah.
But, there are certain teams when there are names that are floating around, the Kings signed Russell Westbrook last season. And we don't know. We're still arguing with Westbrook fans how many teams wanted him last season. Mm-hmm. I don't know that we'll ever know. So you have both these names now floating around, and I don't know what to do with it. You know me, Jay. I'm not really big on the mentor thing. I think right. throw yourself in a pool and figure it out.
Learn to swim.
That's how I've been. If you had something already, because here's the thing, you got Victor Oladipo, who's not even a point guard and who hasn't played in the league in about 3 years. Then you have Russell Westbrook, who is known for doing his thing his own way. I use this example a lot with Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence was an outstanding baseball player. I don't know that I'd want my kid learning how to hit. Now, the basics, sure. But I don't know that the first guy I'd want to show my kid how to hit a baseball is Hunter Pence, right? Because he does everything
unorthodox.
Yeah, and Russell Westbrook's kind of the same way. So there are certain things that without a shadow of a doubt, Russell Westbrook can show Darius Acuff, but I don't think they play similarly. It would be different, Jay, maybe if they were the same type of player in a way, but I don't think there's that. I don't know if it's truly for the mentorship thing or if it's to kind of a breaking case of emergency, which is what we saw last season. So, and we're going to talk on the other side here about how this would affect Doug Christie if they did do the Russell Westbrook thing. But yeah, Victor Oladipo, fascinating story, sad story.
Yeah.
If you really want to put it that way, I don't know what he would necessarily bring to the table.
Well, I would say this. I think you answered your question, and I figured we would get to this point, and that's why I delayed the foundation for Jake Fisher and Mark Stein in the form of this. What are the Kings in the market for at the moment to everyone in the NBA circle? As a kind of a mentor for Darius Acuff,
right?
A point guard yet again, kind of a backup point guard, depending on how you see Malik Monk, but someone on paper that's going to show as a backup point guard, and probably a little bit of veteran leadership at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of what I was saying without saying it. I figured organically we'd get there is this. You said it in the form of Jake Fisher is probably, even though he has the sources, and believe me, that someone is telling him this, is anytime there's a backup point guard or a mentor player out there right now, they're going to throw the Kings name in it because everyone is saying that through NBA circles. Mm-hmm. That is a void. That is a need. That is something that the Kings are looking for. So anyone that fits that bill, Allen, is going to be mentioned with the Sacramento Kings.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to say is no doubt about it, you got to also understand sometimes where it's coming from and who is saying it, right? And now I'm not saying it to you. I'm just saying it for people that's listening. No doubt Russ Westbrook and Victor Oladipo probably have come across the front desk of Scott Perry. I'm here to tell you sources have told me, yeah, it has. But I also think that is a void in kind of a column that the Kings are looking for. So everybody that kind of fits that bill for the most part, like we've heard Gabe Vincent. We've heard other names thrown out there, right? That whoever fits that mold as a player, we're probably going to hear 2, 3, 4, 5 more names out there. And it may just be, flip of the lip. It may be somebody who who might have already come through Sacramento and kind of ducked under the radar and got in and out, checked it out, and never signed, and we didn't hear about it. And maybe we hear about it.
Yeah.
So those things happen, Allen. I'm here to tell you those things happen, big dog.
Yeah.
And we're going to consistently hear about the mentor, veteran, leader type of player in the point guard position. affiliated with the Sacramento Kings until they sign somebody on the dotted line, my brother.
And I'm signing because yesterday, and we've had the conversations about whether or not the Kings even need a backup point guard. We had the conversation and it felt like, hey, Malik is enough. Malik is enough. We thought maybe the Kings feel like Malik is enough. Maybe they do. But at the same time, they can still do their due diligence. And we know even if they grab one of these dudes, I don't see it being very soon. It's going to be very similar, in my opinion, to last season where preseason may have already started or it's about to start or it's the middle of training camp, something like that. We're not seeing the same type of conversation that we were seeing with Hezonja where he popped up. And I believe he's 30 or 31, so a couple years younger than Oladipo. And, the health conversation is a little bit different. But he popped up, and he was hot to try.
Yeah.
Everybody was interested.
Everybody.
And it happened quick. I'm not seeing that the same way with Oladipo, which tells me the Kings should have some time to do their due diligence and see, what else could be out there. I'm just looking here, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
You got Gabe Vincent. What's up with your boy? Where did Kyle Lowry? Did he retire?
I thought he retired.
Okay,
he signed a 1 day back with.
That's right.
Yeah, and he got up out of there.
DeMar was out there.
Yes, sir.
I think for that.
He retired, man. He's officially done.
That's right. And he played for about feels like 15, 20 years.
Feels like it. Hey, he is vested.
Yes.
3 years get you fully invested in NBA terms. You know that?
That's it.
You got to play 3 years, and you have to be on an active roster for 1 game and or 1 day. That fully invests you. Then 4th year, start to get medical benefits, like all these other things. But I say that to say, Kyle, now after that, they start to add $1,000 every year you play.
Okay.
Yeah, so I say that to say Kyle Lowry.
He's set.
Oh, man, his chips are up.
Wow.
His chips are up, brother.
I'm looking here in the veteran category, to your point, Jay, and it doesn't have to be a point guard. I was talking to Matt George about this between shows, and I feel the same way. I don't think there should be any, hey, it has to be a point guard to show him the way. No, you talk to rookies all the time, and they'll say, their favorite vet or whoever helped them the most. It's not always somebody. It doesn't have to be as traditional as, oh, yeah, we played the same position and he showed me how to do X, Y, and Z. No, these guys, they show you how to be a professional. Harrison Barnes has been a mentor for a ton of guys, whether they were guards, whether they were centers, whether they were point guards, whatever it is. Harrison Barnes has been that. And it doesn't matter whether they play the same position or not. But I don't know, Jay, it is a little dry.
Okay.
It's fairly dry when it comes to the mentor. This is a guy that he's played for a long time. He's incredibly respected. I see the Gabe Vincents. I see because Kyle Lowry, they still got him unsigned. That's on Spot Track,
he's
though.
Retired.
He's donezo, though.
Yeah.
And then you have, obviously, the Westbrooks of the world, guys like that. I don't know where Bradley Beal going to pop back up.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think a lot of people are talking about him connected to Miami.
That would track. I mean, I feel like I haven't seen the brother play in about 4 or 5 years. So,
but all this says, and this is the greatest part because it leads up to the Russ Westbrook conversation we're getting ready to have.
Yeah,
I think if you read the tea leaves, that becomes your answer. You just said there's really not a lot to choose from, which to me signals Russ is still in play, Allen.
You didn't think it was going to go away that easy, did ya? After last season, the fireworks?
Russ.
We talk Russ. We open up the phone lines. Do you want him back? This is your time. You wished for this, and now it's here. Drive Guys, we're just getting started. Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Catch the future of San Francisco Giants baseball right here in Sacramento with the Sacramento River Cats at Sutter Health Park. See tomorrow's stars take the field today and be part of the big league journey. Get your River Cats baseball tickets now at rivercats.com.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
As we continue on here, we're going to be joined by Andy Bailey, Bleacher Report. That's coming up in about 30 minutes. Andy, I got to talk to Andy because I believe he's the one that made that list of the top 100 shooters. And there were some questionable picks there. So we'll have some fun with Andy. He's got a good sense of humor. So we'll talk to him about that, obviously, how he feels about what the Kings got going on. And speaking of the Kings, we teased it enough, okay, in the first segment, and now we're getting to it because it's the gift that keeps on giving. Russell Westbrook, the Kings are now considering a return for Russell Westbrook, and it turns out they may actually be looking for backcourt help. We didn't know. Scott Perry, things can change, but I believe it was the same presser where he said, it might have been a different one because he did a couple, throughout the summer. But within I think the same month, he was asked about the backcourt, and he said, we think that we can, for lack of a better term, piecemeal it together. with a Malik Monk, with a Nick Clifford. He also said that Russell Westbrook outplayed the minimum contract, and I believe he said that's all I have to say on that, right? And the idea was, hey, he played so well, somebody's got to give him more than the minimum, and we can't afford to give him more than the minimum. So we're for those reasons, we're out of it. Well, what happens when nobody else is giving Russ more than the minimum? Now, we don't know if that's the case or not, but what we know is if there was more money on the table, and not that, Russ would only make a decision based on money, but if other teams felt the way the Kings felt, that Russ had just ridiculously outplayed his contract, then the Kings wouldn't still be in the mix. So where does that leave the Kings if Russ and his agent say, you know what, we're not really seeing too much out there that tickles our fancy the same way we had a good time in Sacramento. What's up? What do you want to do? Now, to me, I think this would be a very rough situation for Doug Christie. And that anonymous agent that spoke with the Sentinel and Sam Amico grabbed it that said, Russ is going to play his way. And it was a bit negative sounding, I had always called how Russell Westbrook plays as Russ ball. And Russ ball is very unique to Russell Westbrook. And you know what I'm talking about because a lot of us love it, right? The hustle, the 100% effort no matter what. He is a human fast break. He manufactures his own fast break. But that's what you're going to get from him. Like, I'm closing my eyes right now. I can't remember the last time Russ has slowed the ball coming into the backcourt, right? And called out a play and did a handoff, something like that. That's not how he plays. He's driving, he's kicking, outlet, woo, woo, woo. That's what he does. So I'm good with that. I think that puts Doug Christie in a very, very, very tough spot because I want you to picture this, all right? It's December 15th. The same way they did, because they just gave Schroeder 3-year deal, right? Picture this. It's December 15th. The Kings are in last place, and they've been only playing Russ about 10, 15 minutes a game. He's doing the mentor thing. You really don't think, Doug, now Acuff is playing. Maybe it's a little bit rough to start. The combo of Neek, Emmanuel Sharp, and Malik Monk backup minutes are kind of whatever. You really don't think Doug won't be looking down at the end of that bench thinking, Russ can get us a couple wins here. I gotta win some games. I got that team option or the mutual option at the end of the season. And you gonna put Russ on my team and I just gotta let him play 10 to 15 minutes a game? Now, last season, Scott Perry said that Doug Christie had complete control. And I think at that point you put Doug in a tough spot because you had Schroeder on a new contract. I know Doug's not a part of these contracts and things like that, but you had Schroeder on a new contract. Then you immediately bring in Russ, so they're battling with each other. Schroeder doesn't really get an opportunity to find his footing, even though he's supposed to be a staple on this team. So Doug had to make some decisions last season, and now this season, kind of a situation where we're going to give Acuff the keys, and it might not, we know point guards, it might take a while to develop, it's all good, but you just got Russ just lurking on the bench. You're saying, Doug, if you need some wins, I'm here. You need some wins, I'm right here. We can push the pace. Teach these young boys, hit that outlet pass. Teach them that, woo, woo, woo. We can teach them. So I think this puts Doug Christie in a very, very, I guess the word would be a precarious situation if you bring Russell Westbrook back to the squad. I think that a lot of Kings fans would be excited about it in a season where there may not be a lot to be excited about. And Victor Oladipo, I don't think that would be an issue. Yeah, he is a guard, right? And you do have a small guard logjam going on. But I think Victor Oladipo would just be so happy to be there. There just wouldn't be a lot of there wouldn't be a lot of issues about playing time unless he's just absolutely playing out of his mind, right? But with Russ, the way he plays and everything he brings to the table, I don't know, Jay. I just think if I'm Doug Christie, as much as I might want Russ on the team, because in this situation, I believe Russ would make the team better, I kind of would want to settle in with some of the younger guys and just show what I can do with the younger guys without having to, again, we don't know Russ's mind state. We talked about that yesterday, or his mindset. So without knowing that, I don't want to assume, but if Russ does view himself as something similar to what he did last season, where he played a solid amount of minutes, I think if I'm Doug, I'd rather just rock with what we got and show what I can fully do with the young guys and not, I don't know, gum up the situation at all with Russell Westbrook.
I think I agree with you in the form of old regimes of the Sacramento Kings would probably allow that to happen. I think, and most people have said, Scott Perry has kind of been one of the most vocal general managers that they've ever played with. And I can't remember who said that. Came out, I was like,
it was Malik.
It was Malik. Yeah, Malik. That's right.
Malik.
I thought it was Malik, but I was like, was it Russ? And came out and said, man, look, dude is an open book.
Yeah.
Scott Perry's an open book. I would think this. It's a little different this year compared to last year. I think we can all agree to that because Darius Acuff is sitting in the Sacramento Kings jersey.
Yeah.
I would hope that everybody would come to an agreement, sit at the round table and have a discussion and say, hey, look, Russ, we know who you are. We know you're a Hall of Famer waiting. We know you're an all-star. We know, you can sell jerseys because you did it last year. But it's Darius's team at the moment, and we want to bring you in as a veteran, as a mentor, as a leader, and when we need you for those 9, 10, 12 minutes a night sometimes, hey, you're instant offense.
Yeah.
But beyond that, there may be some times where you get a DNP CD, and that's just what it is. And I think if everybody could come to grips and an agreement with that, then it's okay. Now, when it comes to what you're talking about, mid-December, this team is going nowhere. And, of course, everybody is playing for wins because you're looking over your shoulder. You're counting your own checkbook. You're looking at your own
relegation.
You're trying to figure it out. It may come down to that, but I think if you have something locked in and concrete, and Scott Perry's the type of general manager that I think that would come on this show and say why they signed Russ. And so if that's the case, I'm hoping that if Russ does come back, that they have this thing worked out to where it doesn't turn into the Kings becoming the Kangs.
Yeah.
Where it's happened in the past. Well, we don't have no stipulations already in on the contract, so to say, unwritten rules on the deal. So I'm just believing in Scott Perry because he's shown and proven to me that he is an open book and he doesn't mind having conversations, difficult conversations. And until that thing is changed or something changes my perception, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. If he brings him in, now I think last season was straight up, look, we don't know what this thing is going to look like. Maybe we could sneak into a play-in. Let's just power through and see what happens. When they brought in Russell Westbrook.
And the fanfare too, Allen.
Yeah.
I think they needed the fanfare.
Yes, I agree with you. You could say that they need it again this year, but you do have Acuff, right? You have a little bit more hope with some of the younger guys. Relegation does make this thing interesting, but I would believe that if they brought in Russ and to a lesser degree Victor Oladipo, those conversations would be had and it would be very clear what the plan is if they were to bring him in versus no, we're gonna promise you 25 minutes, something like that. I couldn't see that being the case because you do have Malik Monks and you do have Emmanuel Sharps and you do have Nick Cliffords, guys that you want to get some time to as well. We keep the conversation going. Is Russell Westbrook exactly what the Kings need? I know the Russ fans out there, the number one selling jersey. You can't say no to that. You got to run it back. Also, Jim Bowden of The Athletic gives the Giants an A for the trade deadline. I did not. More Drive Guys coming up.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This Green and Gold Injury Report is brought to you by the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. If you get in an injury, just call Gingery. Zach Geloff is set to start a rehab assignment in Las Vegas this week, coming off his knee injury. JT Ginn is coming off the 15-day IL and will pitch in Cincinnati. Both Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz were out of the lineup last Sunday. Wilson with tendonitis in his knee, Kurtz for his hand. He is scheduled to see a hand specialist in LA this week to determine his next steps.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer, and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want during the sizzling summer sales event on now. Visit MaidaSubaru.com today for special spring savings on over 225 new and certified pre-owned Subarus.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
15 minutes, Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report will be joining us, and he had a couple different articles. They're working hard. Those guys working hard over there.
You?
At BR. No, those guys. Those guys. And this was the shooters. That was actually, it was BR staff. It was not only Andy Bailey. So I know they are cooking, during the summer. This is where they do their best cooking there, Jay. So I know he has a couple different articles that we've talked about as well. And he has here you go, grading every team's NBA offseason after the LeBron James signing. So he had that one. So we're going to talk to him about that grade because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he give the Kings got a B-. So we're going to talk to Andy about the B- that he gave the Kings and how he feels about what they should do, what he thinks about the Russell Westbrook situation. What do you think? We've been chatting about it, 916-339-1140. And I think a lot of people at first were excited about bringing Russ back. And my thing is nobody, when you kind of do this for a living, sometimes you get lost in the sauce a little too much. And Jay is always there to kind of pull myself and sometimes Whitey out of it because some of the things that you worry about, the minutes and all that. And obviously, yes, that's our job. But, we talk to a lot of fans, and when they would chime in and say, we want Russ back, nobody is really concerned about that. Now, some of that is, as a fan, that's not really your job, right? I like Russ. He's exciting, and we go from there. That's not your job, but there is a balance between both. And I think it's fascinating because we spent so much time, or I should say ironic, that we spent so much time talking about Malik Monk yesterday, and then this comes out last night. Jay, I'm firing up. I'm doing the rundown. My wife still got on the pit.
Last night?
Man. We're on season. We're 3 episodes into season 2.
Okay.
I'm rocking out the rundown, going through, okay, we got some NFL going. We got some other things popping up. And then I see the aggregation from Underdog or whoever it was from Jake Fisher. So, of course, then I want to confirm what he said. Because nowadays, that's what you got to do. And what Jake is doing now is he's giving more cookie crumbs in his tweets before he drops a Substack. So he's straight up, what I read earlier about the interest, normally Jake doesn't do that. Normally it's pretty dry and somebody will read it, take a screenshot, and post it places. So Jake, I think, trying to get ahead of that is giving a little bit more info when he drops these pieces. So I saw it last night. I thought, oh, okay, this is real deal. And of course, it flew up to the top of the rundown to kick off the show. And I know some Kings fans are excited about it, but I am interested in the other side. And just as I say that, we got somebody chiming in from 916. No on Russell Westbrook. No. We need to move on. That's from the 916. I think I more so agree with the 916, but it's not anything personal about Russ or anything like that. It's just a numbers game, right? It's just a numbers game. Emmanuel Sharp, we were already wondering where the minutes were going to come from for Emmanuel Sharp and Nick Clifford, by the way.
Yeah.
So you add in Russ. Again, Oladipo's a little bit different because I don't know what he's expecting anyway. I think he wants to just put on a jersey, and get some opportunities, don't get me wrong, but Russ just played about over 20 minutes a game last season and the season before that with the Nuggets. So he's been doing that. It's a little bit different, I believe, when it comes to expectations. So it's more so just a numbers game for me. You got vets, man. You got vets aplenty. You got Zach LaVine. Hey, man, if everybody talking about Sabonis, nobody's ever complained about Zach LaVine as a player, a locker room, anything like that. People just think he's paid too much. So I'll tell you what, Jay, if I'm A-Cuff, I need to chat to Zach LaVine. Show me your ways.
Give me the game.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the bag. So I think he'd be a great mentor. I know a lot of Kings fans don't agree with that because they have their feelings about LaVine. But I'd say, I need to talk to my man, Zach LaVine. He got the whole thing. He got the whole thing figured out.
He's got the whole world in his head.
Exactly. So they got vets. So I would be in the camp of let's just move forward with what we got. I know I brought up Gabe Vincent before and others, but honestly, after hearing Scott Perry talk and bringing up Malik Monk and trying to see what Nick Clifford can do as a playmaker. I don't even want to say the word point guard, but just more so as a playmaker. I'm intrigued by that. I thought Emmanuel Sharp looked decent as a playmaker, as a lead guard, if you will. In Summer League, I get it, but I'm interested to see that. And, I'm getting to the point now, if relegation comes, it comes. You know what I mean? If it's relegation at the expense of getting your young guys some time and giving Malik Monk a bit of a highlight reel as he heads into the last season of his contract, maybe you'll be able to move him. That'll be a sad day, but maybe you'd be able to move him. I think I'd go for that. I know I really want Tyron Stokes. I do. But you can't have it all in this life, right? That's what your parents always told you. You can't have it all. And if I'm choosing between lesser percentages for a top pick, not that it helped last season, and, bringing Russell Westbrook back and maybe he's seen as a crutch if things go south, I don't know. It's really tough. It is. But we already have, if there was a need at the guard position, that would be one thing. But I don't see very much of a need right now. And if they cared that much, I know he's a little bit bigger, but you wouldn't have signed a Daquan Plowden, right? Or one of the two-way guys that you brought in, they moved on from Isaiah Stevenson. Like, they moved on from these guys. So it hasn't been a priority. And since it hasn't been a priority, I wouldn't change your thought process now because, teams out there aren't necessarily trying to grab Russ immediately. Okay, well, let's go back in that direction. Just stick to the plan. That's what I would say.
I'm with you, Alan. I think at this point, there's no disrespect to Russ because Russ is Russ. Again, he's a Hall of Famer, all-star. He's bigger than life in many different ways, different avenues in his stardom. But for me, I'm good. I'd like to see fresh blood, new blood. I like to see the plan start to evolve and move forward. Progression, not regression. And not saying that if you sign Russ, he's going to regress the anything negatively towards for the Sacramento Kings. I just want to start to see the plan be put in motion.
Yeah.
Right? For the Sacramento Kings. And a lot of the next plan or the next wave is on the shoulders of Darius Acuff. And so for me, I'd rather him just be one of those quarterbacks, get out there for the year, and however you see fit, if you mess up, you throw 26 picks.
Right.
Let everybody cry, but we're going to get that stuff out right now so we can begin to move forward once we get some guys to run with you. You know?
I mean, go ahead, tick Whitey off with a bunch of turnovers.
Yeah.
You know what? Just
Why
do
not?
it. Jay, that, when you start pickup, first game of the day, might be a little air ball, barely nick the rim. Get him out early.
Gotta get them legs right.
Yeah, get him out early and then go from there. We got Dwayne, 916-339-1140. Dwayne wants to be a part of the conversation. Dwayne, you feeling a Russell Westbrook return? What you got for us, D?
What's up with the homies? What's up, Alan? What's up, Jay?
What's good with you?
I just can't believe we still talking about Westbrook, man.
Me neither.
Alan, it just won't stop, bro. It just won't stop. Guards, bad guards, old guards. What is Westbrook supposed to teach Acuff, bro? The way he played last year, he wasn't exactly efficient.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I mean, and here's the thing. I'm sitting there arguing, and thanks for the call. You had anything else, Dwayne?
Yeah, I'm waiting to talk back, man. I want to hear your input on that first, but I'm definitely trying to stay on the line.
Yeah, well, I mean, he shot the three ball. I think that's got to be one of his, I got to double check, but it felt like it was one of his best seasons shooting the three ball.
He was healthy.
He was healthy, Dwayne. He ran the fast break, Dwayne. Dwayne, don't get me in trouble, man. Don't get me in trouble. What else you got?
Hey, we're gonna go down. We're gonna go down together, man. Because something has to change, man. Somebody has to yell this because if shooting the three ball was his best attribute, bro, this is getting worse. On top of the fact that there's not another team that wants him, you got to play. Sac was the only team that won him last year, and it didn't go well, bro. He didn't play smart. He's not gonna teach Acuff anything. If anything, go get a veteran point guard who's pass first, who's efficient. Maybe I know Conley already signed with another team, but something to that effect so that he has something, consistent to look at, something that will lend to a consistent NBA career, playing right, playing efficient, being a real point guard. because right now Acuff is I honestly, bro, he looks more like a small 2-guard, and you know that's not going to work. That's not going to work. So I don't think Russ played well at all last year, man. I think it was a lot of Russ drama, a lot of funny moments. Like, this team got to get professional, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, but everybody, let me know what you think, man. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks for the call, Dwayne. By the way, just a quick look here, because we got Andy Bailey coming up on the other side in about 3-ish minutes. But real quick, Jay, from what I'm seeing, I believe this was Russ's second highest three-point percentage season of his career. He shot 34%. Now, again, these aren't good percentages, don't get me wrong, but he shot 34% in 2017, and the only other time he got to 33% was the third season of his career. And he was at 33 even. Last season, he was at 33.8. So the second best three-point shooting season for Russ.
Shouts out to Russ, baby.
I'm just saying.
Shouts out to Russ.
There's a little something there.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Dwayne, we got a little something there, man. Andy Bailey, Bleacher Report, joins us on the other side. Does Andy think the Kings should sign Russell Westbrook? I got a guess for you. More drive, guys. Don't move.
Sactownsports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. Sactownsports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wands at the ready, baseball fans. It's Harry Potter night with the Sacramento Rivercats on Saturday, August 22nd at Sutter Health Park. Step into a night of magical fun, themed excitement, and Rivercats baseball. Don't miss the magic. Get your tickets now at rivercats.com.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Most golfers practice their swing, but ignore the body swing in the club. We help golfers move better, get stronger, reduce pain, build power, and play longer. Join us for a free trial week and see how golf-specific training can help you support your body and your game. Try a class, meet the team, and find a right program for your goals. Call 916-802-5175 or visit golffitnesssolutions.com. Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
The one and only Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Golden One Center August 15th and 16th.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
We are back 1 hour down, about 3 to go. And we are joined by someone we like to have on the show, but I know he is so busy that it's always a joy when we can sneak him on. Andy Bailey writes for the NBA for Bleacher Report. He's also a lawyer, so if you got anything going on legally, Andy's your guy there too. Andy,
might need his services.
Andy, thank you so much for joining us, man.
I appreciate you having me. Always one of my favorite shows to come on. And yes, if you get in trouble in Wyoming, of all places, I got your back.
I will keep that in mind, Andy. Now, I wanted to start here with I don't know what we even call it these days, but for lack of a better term, I guess the report from Jake Fisher came out last night. Victor Oladipo, Russell Westbrook, Kings having interest. It's just never a dull moment there, Andy. And if Kings fans thought that Russ was just going to go away, that was never going to be the case. Where are you at in general, Andy? I'm not big on the mentor thing. Not in football, not in basketball. I just think throw them in the pool and see if they can swim. Where are you at with the mentor thing? Do you think the Kings may be not taking this too far, but are they overvaluing the idea of you need a specific mentor at the same position? And by the way, Andy, Russell Westbrook kind of does his own thing. So I don't even know if he's the perfect person for a mentor conversation.
Yeah, I think it depends a lot on a lot of factors. I think it depends on the mentor. If it were up to me, I feel like Victor Oladipo would maybe be more open to a more of a backseat mentor role than Russell Westbrook would be. Mm-hmm. It would also depend on what the organization sees the mentor as. If they want, I mean, if I'm the Kings organizationally, I wouldn't want either one of those guys taking a ton of minutes for Darius Acuff. Mm-hmm. Now, if the player and the team are both thinking this is a mentor who's going to play 16, 17 minutes a game and going to be fine with that, I think that's a different equation. And I think that's I think Victor Oladipo might even sign up not even being guaranteed that because he just wants to get back into the league. And I think there could be some value in that move, but Russell Westbrook isn't going to be thrilled to play 15, 16, 17 minutes a game. So I'm not blanket against the idea of mentorship, but I do think it crosses over into being a problem that I think you're describing with a lot of guys, just because a lot of basketball players don't realize it's now the mentor phase of my career. Westbrook specifically, I'm sure, still thinks that he's got a lot left in the tank. So I'm not sure he'd accept the role, frankly.
Talking to Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report. Now, Andy, we got to give you some kudos here. We're not buttering you up because we know you like coming on the show. But you put out an article at the end of July grading every team's 2026 NBA offseason after LeBron James signs with the 76ers. And I got to say, Andy, for a national guy, giving the Kings a B-, that might be one of the best grades that the Kings have gotten in a very long time for an offseason or just in general. I get it. It can always be better. But, from the standpoint of ending up with the 7th pick, they got fairly unlucky in the lottery. That's no disrespect to Darius Acuff. But, after a 22-win season, we were hoping that you'd see at least someone in the top 4. What did you like about what the Kings did this offseason? I mean, I'm very familiar with B-, Andy. I'll tell you that much. No law school for me, but B-, that's right up my alley.
A law school professor once told me that C stands for competent. So if you get a C in law school, it's fine.
There you go. There you go.
But so I think part of my thinking in those grades for the whole league and for Sacramento specifically is I try to grade teams kind of on a curve. What was the expectation for the team coming into the summer? And I think if you're an analyst bashing the Kings, for this, sure, they've had plenty of missteps over the course of their history, but for this specific offseason, I don't really know what they could have been expected to do differently. I mean, if you already have Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis on the books and nobody wants them, there's not really anything you can do. I mean, there's even been some rumblings in the last few days about them potentially wanting to buy out Zach LaVine, and if the player's not interested in it, that's another dead end. So I think relative to what was possible for them, I had no problem passing them for this offseason. They get a guy who's potentially a cornerstone level talent in Darius Acuff. They got a pretty good pick and a really solid draft. No pick is a guaranteed sure thing, obviously. I mean, we have to see how Darius Acuff looks over the next couple of years, but it's more hope for the future than I think they had last summer. So that's a step in the right direction. I think the DeRozan buyout was probably smart. And I was thinking about this before we hopped on the call today. You'll like another article I have coming out in the next few weeks whenever I've written so much junk this summer, I've forgotten which one it's in, but I do list Zach LaVine's contract as one of the valuable or at least interesting assets in the league for this coming season. Now, nobody's going to view it that way right now, but he's on an expiring contract. And if I still think he's a really talented player. And if he shows, shoots the ball really well in the first couple of months, some team with a bad contract that just wants to get that off their books, they may send Sacramento a pick to get Zach LaVine and have a little more financial flexibility next summer. So I passed them, even though maybe they didn't have as dramatic an offseason as other people thought, because I think they did the best with what they could, and there's still more options down the road.
Talking to Andy Bailey, NBA writer for Bleacher Report. Now, in that article that you put out, Andy, you did bring up Darius Acuff and the Kings finding a way to end up with somebody as electric as Acuff. You didn't have the best summer league, and I know some people were maybe overreacting to that, but what did you think of the Acuff pick, and how excited should Kings fans be for being able to get somebody like that? And that was the argument, right? Well, if you drop to 7, this is the draft to do it in. We don't know what these guys are going to be, but it does seem like the Kings found somebody that they can have some hope for in the near future.
For sure. I think, first of all, summer league performances come with tons of grains of salt, especially for rookies. I think the only time you can really start to take away big things from summer league is if you have like a second or third year guy that really struggles. I think then you can start to think there might be a problem here. But there's tons of evidence of rookies who struggled in summer league and went on to be great. One that I talked about earlier this year was Jalen Brunson. If I recall correctly, was really bad in summer league as a rookie, and he obviously went on to be the best player on a championship team. Now, I don't know if Acuff will be that, but he's a dynamic offensive player, not just a big-time scorer, which I think is what a lot of people focused on him during college, but I think he's a pretty good playmaker too, and he's going to be kind of a force of nature playmaker. I think his offense is going to be fine. It's going to take some time to figure. And with apologies to Kings fans, this maybe not the best organization to sort through that with him, at least not historically. But if they can get him to be even like a passable NBA defender, I think he has a chance to be, like I said earlier, a cornerstone level talent on the offensive end. And one of my kind of pet takes for years now is offense is just more important than defense in the NBA, especially from your top couple of guys. Like, you want, above all else, I think the most important player archetype is the offensive engine. And I do think Acuff has that kind of potential. I also think you're right that like this was the premier draft to slip to 7. because there's a bunch of guys in this draft in that lottery that I think could be really, really good. There were guys taken after Acuff that I think have a chance to be great. Like, I'm really high on Braden Burries. I think the Kings, like, obviously they would have loved to be in that sweepstakes with the top 4 that this draft had, but this is a pretty good silver lining to wind up with Acuff at number 7.
Talking to Andy Bailey, NBA writer for Bleacher Report. Now, Andy, the MLB trade deadline ended yesterday, so I had some jokes about garage sales and the Giants, the San Francisco Giants, having things out for the garage sale, and then when somebody's interested in them, deciding, actually, I do kind of use that toaster oven a little bit. When it comes to Domantas Sabonis, do you think the Kings are to the point now where they just say, you know what, we're just going to see, we do have a place for this in the garage. We don't need to leave it out here and continue to try to sell it if they're not getting good enough offers. He recently got back on the court, I think about a month ago. People forget that he wasn't even playing. He did get that surgery. So I think the idea of him getting traded during the summer is cooked. So do you just shut it down, see how he looks like with Acuff and reconvene convos during the season at some point?
Yeah, I think unless some team blew him away with an offer this summer, I think the path that you just laid out is totally reasonable. I actually think the Kings are in a pretty good position for a rebuilding team in that they don't have to feel like they're against a deadline or under the gun or whatever with either LaVine or Sabonis. If either one of them plays well enough to get a big offer from another team in the next few months, great. If not, I don't think it's a huge deal because nobody's expecting the Kings to compete for a title in the next couple of years anyway. Mm-hmm. And if anything, having a really good offensive player like Sabonis, especially if he's at full health this coming season, that could take a lot of pressure off Acuff. Could kind of make his transition into the NBA a little bit smoother. Be nice to have a big, solid finisher for Acuff to feed, and it's also nice for Acuff to have a center who can feed him the ball and get him some off-ball opportunities. So I think you can kind of slow play both of those guys, and I wouldn't shut the door on trading either of them before February. I think there's a chance either or both could kind of juice their trade value, and there's also a chance they don't.
Yeah.
And in that case, you're just kind of slow playing it. You build around Acuff, you're patient, and those contracts will come off the books eventually.
We're in a new world with this relegation zone. If you're a team like the Kings, Andy, let's say there's somebody interested in Domantas Sabonis, and the deal is fine, right? Nothing that blows you away, but it's an opportunity to get Maxime Reynaud more reps and Dylan Cardwell more reps. What would you do if you were a GM? How would you prioritize? And Zach LaVine, same idea. Hey, I could trade these guys for decent value, maybe not as much as you would like, but there's a better chance of being in the relegation zone and messing up your chances in a very weak draft in 2027. What's the balance there? I know this is new for everyone, but how would you balance that and prioritize getting guys reps versus chancing being in a relegation zone?
That's a good question, and I think I'm going to go back to a phrase that you used in the question was decent value. I think if you get what you consider to be decent value for either one of them, you have to seriously consider doing it because that just may not come along at any other point during the life of the contract. So if you get, slightly in the positive sense and value, I think you'd probably make the move. And then in terms of the relegation zone, I think teams are all going to approach it. It's just a new level of strategy, obviously, but because I think so many teams are going to be more competitive down the stretch than they were last season, I don't think it makes a ton of sense to gear your entire strategy around it. Because I think it's going to kind of just be luck of the draw who winds up in that bottom three. I think at least for the life of this new rule, and I can't remember when it sunsets, it's not in place for very long. But for at least least as long as it's in place, we're probably not going to see 2 or 3 teams racing to the bottom like we used to. And so I just don't think, if I'm the Kings, I'm not making that a serious consideration in trade offers for Sabonis and Levine. I think everybody's just going to be in kind of a mix at the bottom anyway. And if you're unlucky enough to land in that bottom 3, that's too bad. But I wouldn't pass up decent value for Levine or Sabonis because of that.
Well, I know we've been peppering you with all the Kings questions, Andy, talking to Andy Bailey, NBA writer for Bleacher Report. Let's open it up a little bit. LeBron to the Sixers. Obviously, there's a lot to break down there. Even Kevin Durant's comments saying that those Warrior teams would not have beaten the Sixers team that hasn't played a game yet, or that team is already better. Do the Sixers, is it that obvious that they're going to run away with this thing? I mean, is it even that obvious that they're going to come out of the East, let alone beat a Spurs or a Thunder?
Well, to answer the last part first, it's definitely not that obvious. Right. I don't think they're given to come out of the East. I think the Knicks are going to be really good. I think the Celtics are going to be really good, which is kind of, I mean, that's another thing I have coming is win-loss predictions, and I'm pretty sure I have the Celtics winning more games than the Sixers in the regular season. I just think the infrastructure is really strong there. There's going to be a bunch of good teams in the East. I think this might be the first year in like 25 that I'll confidently be able to say the East was a little better than the West this year. So, first of all, they're not a given to come out of the East, because not only is the rest of the conference really strong, Joel Embiid is still one of the biggest question marks in the league in terms of health, and LeBron's going to be 42, and he's an incredible Iron Man story, but at some point, health could become an issue for him too. So, yeah, they're far from a lock in the East. And then on the KD thing specifically, he's had a lot of comments over the years where it seemed like he was trying to justify or rationalize the move that a lot of fans have come after him for. Mm-hmm. And this, to me, seems like the most transparent version of that. And the idea that this Sixers team is more stacked or would have had much of a shot against that Warriors team, frankly, is just crazy to me. That collection of talent that the Warriors had, not just in terms of raw talent, but how it fit together, is unlike anything I've seen in all the time I've covered the NBA. I think it's arguably the best team ever assembled. I think it's between them and maybe the 90s Bulls, maybe those 80s Celtics teams. When I look at that team on paper, they would just destroy the current 76ers. And I think a lot of people have pointed this out, and I think it's fair to. It's hilarious to compare this version of Embiid, who's physically just not the same guy he was a few years ago, to the peak of his powers, Curry. Just not even close. So that comparison specifically is silly to me. And yeah, I don't think the Sixers, I do think they're a contender, but they're certainly not a safe bet to win the East or anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either. All right, Andy, look, we can get kind of, us sports guys, we can get a bit typecast, especially on social media, right? You get a decent following, and all they want you to do is talk about sports all day. But I appreciate, I've been seeing some of your tweets, I believe, about movies lately, and you've been talking about Christopher Nolan movies and things like that. I have not seen The Odyssey yet. I have not seen Spider-Man yet. I just saw Obsession, over the weekend, and it was phenomenal. Give me your thoughts on the movie world right now. It feels like, Andy, if I'm not mistaken, it feels like we're spoiled in 2026. There's been great music, and even the movie world. We still got Dune. We still got the new Avengers. What are your thoughts on the movie world right now?
Well, first of all, I love that I'm being asked this question. Fantastic. It's been a big bounce back year for movies. I've heard a lot of good things about Obsession, but I haven't seen that one yet. That's something me and my wife should sit down and do here coming up. I was really skeptical of The Odyssey going in, and I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan. I don't think he's made a bad movie, like nothing close to a bad movie, but I saw the trailers and I was kind of put off by everybody talking in their modern American accent. And it just all seemed kind of pushed. And I also have this weird sort of pet theory about Matt Damon not working in movies set before 1800. I just can't buy him as anything but Matt Damon.
Right.
So I had major skepticism going in, but first of all, the American accents thing, I think, was the right call. Within 5 minutes of the movie, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. He just wanted everybody to match Damon.
Right.
And so that kind of worked. And just the spectacle of so many scenes was mind-blowing. We were lucky enough to see it in that format that it's actually designed for it was actually filmed for down in Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a brilliant, spectacular film. It's not one of my favorite Christopher Nolan's, but I am happy to report that I was dead wrong when I saw relative to my take after the trailer.
Right.
And then I'm not a huge MCU guy. I think there's a handful of them that I think are really good movies. And I would add this new Spider-Man to that handful. I thought it was really enjoyable. Tom Holland's a lot better in this than he was in the Odyssey. I'll throw that in too. He's one of the only things in the Odyssey that I did kind of struggle with. But he's just like made to play Peter Parker. I think Bernthal is great as the Punisher, and I've never watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is my first exposure to him in that character. That was fun. There's fun stuff with the Hulk, and I'm a huge X-Men guy, like as a kid. So I love watching X-Men with my sons, the new show. So it was cool to see. I hope I'm not spoiling something for you, Alan, but there is an X-Men tie-in in this movie.
I did know that. Yes, they showed that in the trailer, so that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, good.
All right.
Yeah, so it's been good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that they're having this bounce back, and it's not done yet. We're only in August. Year is flying by as they typically do. But I'm gonna get out there. I'm just trying to carve out this time, Andy. These movies are so dang long. I got the two little ones, and
that's true.
I don't have 2 hours, 2:45. I don't have it, but I want to experience it, and I'm gonna get out there for one of them.
How old are your kids?
One is 3 and one is 10 months. So it's not the best time.
That's extremely difficult. Yeah, that's a tough movie age. My daughter is now 11, and so we've reached a point where we're pretty comfortable with her watching her little brothers. And I tell you what, that's a game changer, man.
Okay. Well, I'll be checking that out whenever movies come out in 2045. I'll be very excited to go check out. But Andy, thank you so much. Be sure to check out everything that Andy Bailey has going on at Bleacher Report, national writer for the NBA. Andy, always a pleasure. Let's do this again. Training camp's going to come out, Andy, and every team is going to be 82-0 because training camp is going to be some battles. So I can't wait to see what you have to write about that. And we will talk to you soon, my guy. Take care for the rest of the week.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Andy Bailey, NBA writer for Bleacher Report. And as Andy and I were having a nice conversation and even a movie conversation towards the end of the convo, Jake Fisher did his live Bleacher Report hit. And this ain't about Westbrook. It's about another former King and something that came up time and time again as far as the rumor mill. Somebody wasn't thrilled about coming off the bench. We'll tell you who it is and what it could have meant for the Kings. More Drive Guys coming up.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life. And you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech. Plus, gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at hagenoaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Catch the future of San Francisco Giants baseball right here in Sacramento with the Sacramento River Cats at Sutter Health Park. See tomorrow's stars take the field today and be part of the big league journey. Get your River Cats baseball tickets now at rivercats.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Shout out to Andy Bailey of Bleach Report. Be sure to follow him on X and check out all of his work on bleacherreport.com. They also got an app, Bleacher Report app. And speaking of Bleacher Report, Jake Fisher, he does a live stream hit for Bleacher Report. I don't know what the cadence is, but he does it fairly often. And, you know, people will watch it and then post what he has to say, right? So the aggregation of it all is obviously a big part of it. And today is no different. So you see them all come out. So he must have just did it. I don't know. He probably did it at 2 o'clock or maybe 1:30. So all of this info is coming out now. And yes, he triples down. Whitey can, enjoy himself even more in Hawaii, as Jake Fisher also is saying the Kings have no plans of buying out Zach LaVine. Well, if you listen to this show, Whitey Gleason told you that last week. Told you that early last week. And Whitey was going pretty hard with it, and I was the one. Well, Whitey, you never know anything that could happen. And Whitey, said, yeah, Alan, sure. But here's the reality. It ain't happening. And since then, Jay, I believe we've had about 3 insiders come out and say the same thing. Carmichael Dave spoke to sources. We know he's close-knit within the organization. He came out, I believe, the next day. I think it was over the weekend. So then he came out with it. Jake Fisher today coming out with it. And Whitey Gleason, he knew it, okay? He knew it. So shout out Whitey. And, yeah, Jake Fisher had that to say about the Kings. Zach LaVine, the Kings have no interest or no plans to attempt to buy out Zach LaVine because they don't really want to pay him to go away. When you talk to somebody like Andy Bailey, he thinks the Kings might be able to get something for a Zach LaVine before it's all said and done. Now, the real interesting thing for the Kings when it comes to, just conversations that have happened, and I know somebody is going to chime in, could even be Jay or somebody else. Hey, why are we talking about the past? But I do find some of this stuff fascinating. And I think the reason it is fascinating is because of how it could connect to the future, right? How it could connect to the future for some of these players. Okay, Alan, we'll spill it. What are you talking about? Jake Fisher, the idea of coming off the bench in Sacramento was a sensitive topic for DeMar DeRozan. That's from Jake Fisher. The idea of coming off the bench in Sacramento was a sensitive topic for DeMar DeRozan. Now, there's a little bit to unpack here. I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a little bit to unpack here. And before somebody goes off the rails and says he's not being a team player and he should just do whatever the team asked of him, I think there's more information that we need. Now, going back to when Mike Brown was here, there was a little rumor floating around that maybe there was a conversation about DeMar coming off the bench, and could that have been a part of why the Kings, on top of everything else, why the Kings ended up, one of the reasons they ended up moving on from Mike, because DeMar didn't agree with it. These were all just rumors that were never confirmed, right? But there were question marks there because that team had bad defense, and DeMar could have come off the bench and been that scoring microwave, and maybe that would have worked. Now, that was never confirmed, but that was brought up a little bit. Years passed. Obviously, Doug took the helm. We didn't really hear anything about DeMar coming off the bench because those years were just so weird. Last season was, I don't know. We were talking scary movies during the crosstalk. It was kind of the Twilight Zone last season with the Kings because of the tanking and the injuries and all that. But that season where Doug ended up taking over, Doug was trying to keep his head above water. They did end up being a play-in team. So DeMar was never coming off the bench, especially after you traded De'Aaron Fox. So I'm led to believe this is more so about pretty early in the conversation. I don't know. It's either early in the conversation or towards the end where the Kings were maybe not all in on winning games, right? Or that wasn't their number one priority. They wanted to develop young talent. We'll say it like that. So that comes out. I think we need a lot more context here. And I think the number one thing that I would say is that all teams, surprise, surprise, aren't created equal. So DeMar DeRozan, this is what we've always said. DeMar DeRozan not wanting to come off the bench in Sacramento doesn't mean that DeMar DeRozan doesn't want to come off the bench at all. That means he may not have wanted to come off the bench in Sacramento. Y'all got me out here in Sacramento. We're not good, right? Or I'm one of the biggest names to come out here in a very long time. Well, what are we talking about me coming off the bench? If I was on the Celtics or the Thunder or the Nuggets or one of these teams with championship aspirations, that's a different conversation. So I'll hand it over to you, Jay. Obviously, context is everything. I'm a big caller. I'll text people, but I like to hear the sound of your voice. I like to hear your cadence. I like to hear, how everything sounds before I make an assumption on anything. But this just came out not too long ago. So the floor is yours, Jay, on this idea of DeMar not it being a, quote, sensitive topic
Yeah, to me it sounds like it's coming from a third party, someone that was involved in the situation, but not DeMar himself or not his agent Goodwin, Goodwin. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's something from, a coach or exec or a scout or another player. That's what it sounds like to me. Every situation causes for a different reaction. Right. Every problem, you need a different solution as well. You can't solve every single problem the same way. I'm with you. I'm pretty much with you, man. I don't really have too much to add on the fact of, I think the fact that he was here in Sacramento, the team wasn't as good. They weren't playing for a lot of different things. You don't ask him to come off the bench, especially when, and people are upset about the business part a lot of times that the Kings ownership group thinks about, meaning the jersey sales, the ticket sales, the food, those things that run up the numbers for ownership group. Fans don't really care about it, and a lot of times they point a finger at it, but you needed DeMar to be in that starting lineup for the star power, the jersey sales, the business, the tickets, the fandom. People keep coming. So I didn't have any problem with DeMar being in the starting lineup. I also didn't have any problem the fans voicing their opinion on why he shouldn't be in the lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, to each their own. I think if we were playing, like you said, if we were OKC, the Spurs, Miami, Boston, teams like that, I always thought that conversation would be held at a higher standard.
Yeah.
And I hate to be like that because, maybe for the people who thought, hey, DeMar should come off the bench, maybe they felt like, well, if he did come off the bench, it would change the whole entire season.
Yeah.
I wasn't in that camp. But.
Right. Yeah, because that's the thing. Again, need more info, but in my mind, this is more so about when it initially came up when Mike Brown was still the coach. Jay, it just all happened so fast. Even having that conversation, it was December and it was cooked. Like, we didn't get to see anything.
Meaning because Mike was shown the exit door, the door so fast.
We didn't get to see anything. I mean, if an adjustment conversation was even brought up, let's not forget guys were injured at the beginning of that season.
For sure.
So it was just a big old mess. That's what it was from the very beginning. And the other thing is, as far as if DeMar was going to come off the bench or not, the teams that you would say, hey, this makes more sense, I wouldn't disagree with any of that. But you bring him out there, he's making a decent bit of cash, so to ask him to do that, what happens if you do that and you continue to lose games, right? Then what? Do you switch back?
Reverse?
I mean, there's no thing. In all these situations, Jay, players are trying to push back on certain moves in their career because they ain't going back. Once you go to the bench, you are a bench player.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yep.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter who starts, who finishes. We care.
Yep.
Players care. Fans care. We care. It's the same thing in other sports. If you are a shortstop, A-Rod got moved to third, and that brother never played short again.
Ever again.
Right?
Yep.
Rafi Devers moved from third to first. That brother's never playing third again.
Ever again, unless it's emergency.
That's right.
Yep.
You get moved from center, you probably not playing center anymore.
Nah.
Maybe, hey, somebody's out, a hit here or there, but you're done. So the hope is you push that off as long as possible. So DeMar, if I'm going to start this bench conversation, it dang sure ain't going to be in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with them feeling like that if he felt like that. We don't even know.
Well, the other thing, too, and you kind of alluding to it, Alan, is this. With that comes the business part of it, which is bench players don't normally get paid like starter, all-star type caliber players.
Exactly.
So if you get pushed to the bench now, there are, a handful of guys who are considered the top 6 men in the league, the Peyton Pritchards, the Malik Monks, the Nas Reed, so on and so forth. But if DeMar goes to the bench, the $25 million that he was getting from the Kings, 24 and some change or whatever it was, now it's starting to be looked at. That's a bad deal.
Yeah.
He's on the bench.
Exactly.
And they're forgetting that's DeMar DeRozan, the starter, right? Yep. And it could be, I'll give you the prime example. To me, the person who he flourished and the team flourished, They won championships, and it was for the greater good. It's Andre Iguodala.
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, remember he left the Warriors for a quick minute because he wanted to go get that bag again?
Yeah.
To me, that told me, okay, I did everything I was supposed to do. We got the rings.
Right.
But now I'm about to go back out here and stretch my legs.
Right.
I got to go back out here and try to get my starting role. And then what happened? They were like, no, you're the sixth man.
Yeah, you got a new brand.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brand new day.
Absolutely.
You got new branding.
We're going to pay you a little bit more, but we didn't pay you to be the starter over here.
No, because I think it was Miami.
It's Miami, yeah.
And
we pay you to come over here and come off the pond.
Yes.
Nah, man.
That's why and I said this before, Jay, when a coach says, I just want to see something. That is the worst. Those are the worst words you can hear.
We're just trying something real quick.
I don't think so, coach.
In practice.
And look, out there, and I tell kids all the time when I did a little bit of coaching and some lessons, things like that.
That a boy.
But, I tell the parents, look, if they play infield, don't let them send them to the outfield.
No.
As long as you can hold it off, you stay in that infield because there ain't nowhere to go after the outfield.
No, sir. DH.
There's nowhere to go.
DH, brother.
Okay?
Yeah.
Nowhere to go. Is two always better than one? We have a championship conversation where this player says he wouldn't trade 2 championships for 1 legendary chip. More drive, guys. Don't move.
Football is back.
This is Sactown, baby!
And Sactown Sports 1140 is your home for primetime NFL games this season.
This is Kevin Harlan of Westwood One. Catch all the NFL primetime action.
Catch Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, international games, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl right here on Sactown Sports all season long. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents it's local, but they're in L.A., red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Is 2 always better than 1? We have that for you. But before we get there, JR is on the line. We going solo. JR with Whitey Gleason out there in Hawaii enjoying some poke. JR wants to be a part of the conversation. What's up, JR? Happy Tuesday. What you got for us?
Happy National Night Out. It's the National Night Out, but good choice for Whitey this week, right? It's 150 today?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's pretty cooking.
I was literally standing talking to someone. I went to leave, my shoes had stuck to the ground. They had melted a little to the ground. That was crazy.
There's a little wind, though. There's a little wind.
Yeah, but it's like a hot oven wind.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, so, hey, catcher to first base is the one I was just going to tell you. Do not let them move you from catcher to first.
Right.
Because you're done, and then maybe an outfielder, DH. When I was coaching little kids, I always said when they're 12-year-olds, you're going to play whatever position I put you in because I'm going to have you play everything. But I'm telling you now as a coach, when you get to the next level, fight for the position you really want and stay at that position. So they get it. Parents didn't always get it. They're like, you're putting my kid out there. I'm playing everyone, okay?
Everyone's a shortstop.
Pitch.
Everybody's a shortstop.
Right? I want to be. And when you're little, you're like, hey, all the balls are going to second base. Everyone hits late.
Right.
And then they realize, God, coach, you're right. Everyone hits the second base. I put my best player over at second base. Right?
Yeah,
and then the real good ones would get the grounders, and they'd look at the first baseman and go, nah, and they'd run it over and tag the base.
There you
go.
go.
They did not want to trust their first baseman. Great show, boys. See ya.
Thanks for the call, JR. And I told you I played third base. Yeah, I'm lefty, but was it majors? I think it was minor A. When you're 10 or 11, I made a diving stop at third base, and the coach, the Red Sox, they were the big juggernaut. One of the dudes, the starter.
Little League. Got to scream the Little League.
Oh, that was Clayton Valley Little League.
Clayton Valley Little League.
And shout out one of the kind of the dude on the team, Chris Mazza. He played in the majors.
Okay.
Yeah, he played in the majors. He went to Menlo College.
Okay, shouts out Menlo.
He was a nasty pitcher. In high school, he actually did more shortstop, had another growth spurt while he was at Menlo or right when he got there, and ended up pitching in the big leagues for a couple years. So shout out my guy, Chris Mazza, known him for a very long time. And he made it, so a couple guys that I played with did make it all the way. But, yeah, they shook my hand, Jay. They said, welcome to the majors and welcome to the outfield.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be.
But at least I'm left-handed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I had no choice.
I was going to say minor A might be even too long for a lefty playing infield.
No, we weren't good.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's the problem.
On the good team, they're like, yeah, this was cute, but, we like you in center.
Every now and then I still see, like, travel ball teams. You still see, like, 10, 11-year-old groups, and you have a lefty catcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
you say don't waste everyone's time.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Yeah.
Like, you invested in that gear.
Yeah.
Meaning the catcher's glove and all that. I get it. It's cute. It's nice. It's dope. But if you do, and maybe that's just because we've played in higher levels.
Yeah.
And they may just be doing it, as a kid.
Sure, just for fun.
For fun. I'm out here with my boys, things like that. But yeah, you get to a certain level, it's like, yeah, that's not cute.
No.
Now, you need first base, big dog, you pitching or you in outfield. That's just where it's at.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even make lefty catchers gloves. It should just be for adults that are, catching their kid.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Well, you see it a lot in softball for young ladies.
Yes.
No doubt about it. And that's kind of the norm. I mean, it is part of the norm. It's not abnormal. But in baseball, you see anything past, like you said, minor A man, and you got a lefty in the infield or a lefty catching. Oh, yeah, we tearing that ass up.
No.
I already know our team is too 3 times as good as your team.
Yeah, you're not taking this serious.
Nah,
you are not taking this serious.
You paid your little 80. I don't even know what Little League costs these days, but I would imagine about $85, $100 or something.
They tried to get me because, technically we lived in Concord, but something changed and they said, hey, you got to play Continental League. You can't play Clayton Valley.
Okay.
And my mom had to hit them with we're grandfathered in.
That's right.
Because we wanted to stay in the Little League.
Yeah.
Oh, man, good times. And now everybody doing travel ball at 6 years old. So.
I know, man. It's dude. Don't even get me started.
It's completely different. Is 2 better than 1? So Draymond Green on his podcast asked a question that we talked about a lot, back in the day in my Bay days, and Steph Curry actually answered it. So Steph was asked by Draymond Green if you could trade the 2017 and 2018 championships to complete the 73-win championship and obviously not have any of the 3-1 jokes, would you trade those 2 championships to complete the 73? So Steph says, let me get this resume straight. We have 2 chips and a dang near perfect season. I don't even know how to answer that question. I would say no. But I think for the rest of our life, I'll still be able to just laugh at 16. It's fine. It's always going to be that awkward acknowledgement of an amazing regular season and then the finals run. But yeah, I'd say no. Draymond said, if you don't have a Steph Curry in your life, get you a Steph Curry in your life, because if you say yes, this interview was going to be over. My heart was broken. To be quite frank with you, I still think we had the best team ever, although we didn't finish it and win the championship. I think that that was the best team ever until 2017. I can't see anyone beating that 2017 team. Not even our first 2015, 2016. Hands down, that's it, best team ever. Which is funny to juxtapose this with KD saying the Sixers team that hasn't even played a game before. Yeah. And we know, Jay, these Frankenstein teams always take at least 1 year, most of the time, to figure it out. Now, whether it's Miami or whatever it is, that's different with KD because he just joined a team. But when you have a whole collection, that doesn't pop in year 1 majority of the time. So is 2 better than 1, Jay? Is Steph, obviously it's his opinion, it's his career. Yeah. But the problem is, as we talk, a little bit of Marvel and different dimensions, if you win 73, as shameless as KD is, he ain't going to the Warriors if they won. So if you win, and everybody thought, oh, the league is starting to catch up, I don't know what happens in 2022, but basically at that point, you would have had 2, and Steph would maybe have 3 instead of 4, assuming he still wins in 22. Yeah. So Steph is saying he wouldn't do it. I guess those 3-1 jokes don't really bother him.
I'm with Steph, and I'm just going to take about the people that were involved. Yeah. They pretty much are saying, nah, I'd rather have the 2 over the 1.
Right.
So I'm just going to go with it because I ain't been in that position.
Yeah.
But for me, I'd rather have the 2 to 1. Over the 1 all the time. Give me more, especially if it's something that I like, right?
Yeah.
It's like this. It's simple as plain. If you're listening right now, including you, Alan, take whatever your favorite candy, cookie, ice cream, sweet, whatever your vice is that's against good eating, healthy habits, right?
Right.
So would you rather have 2 of those or would you rather have 1?
Exactly.
To me, it's pretty simple, plain common sense. I get, it could be like this, though. Maybe you have 1 of your vices, but it's your favorite flavor versus 2 of maybe, it's like the Starburst pack.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a yellow and a green over 1 red?
Yes. You're right. Or in my case, orange.
Or orange. Wait a minute. Orange is your favorite Starburst?
Orange and yellow. Orange and yellow.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You said red. No, my little sister get the reds. Here, take them.
Wait a minute.
I don't want them.
Out the original colored Starburst pack.
Yes.
I'm good with you saying orange. Mm-hmm. But you're saying lemon yellow is better than the pink and the red?
Oh, yeah. The pink and the red, my little sister here, take them. My wife want them. Here, I don't want them.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
So orange is 1, yellow is 2?
1A, 1B.
And then what's 3, 4?
I don't eat them.
You don't eat the red or the pink Starburst?
I do not.
Dog, I just lost all kind of.
It's a no for me.
Do this for me. Go ahead and tap your left shoulder right? Go ahead and take a stripe right off. Because you've went from colonel down to sergeant.
Come on, man.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
You don't even eat the pink or red?
No.
Do you know Starburst created the Reds? Like they created a spinoff called the Reds.
Just only red.
Only red and pink.
That sounds like a waste of money. We had somebody in the text line is saying Boston got their chip the first year. I believe you're right. So yes, the Boston, I think, got the Frankenstein, the super team. They did win in year one. I got to double check.
The KG,
that.
Ray Allen, and all. I think you're right. But hold on. They had Rondo and Pierce was still there.
Right.
Rondo Pierce was there. They added KG and Ray Allen. So I mean, I guess.
We'll count it. We'll count it. On the other side, we take a trip into free agency land. And not just what's going on right now. Is there going to be a big fish out there soon? Teams that are on their last hurrah and teams that have timeline issues. Where could the Kings or anyone take advantage? The Drive guys roll on, so you stay put. We'll be right back.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GO to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GO to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GO to borrow up to $10,000.
Hi, I'm Congressman Kevin Kiley. The most important part of my job is helping the people I represent. That's why I was so honored to receive the National Award for Best Constituent Service. Here's just one of the thousands of people our office has helped.
My name's Dave. I'm a former United States Marine, Vietnam veteran. Because of the fire at the National Archive, my father, along with many other veterans, military records were destroyed. Through the efforts of the Congressman's office, I received very quickly a bronze medallion to affix to my father's grave marker. Thank you, Congressman Kevin Kiley.
As the only independent in the House of Representatives, I always put constituent service first and never ask if someone's a Democrat, Republican, or something else. If you can't get an answer from a federal agency, or if you feel you've been treated unfairly, we are here to help. This is Congressman Kevin Kiley. Visit kiley.house.gov and I'll do everything I can to help you. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club in Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
All right, that's quite enough. Y'all, you got your jokes off. Those have to be Kuminga's favorite Starburst flavors from Holistic Fields. That's pretty funny, I can't lie. That's a good one, but y'all need to chill a little bit.
Bro, I told you during the break, and I mean it, two things. You my guy. I'd probably never say that out loud ever again, especially on the radio, television, or any podcast, or anywhere that could be repurposed that has your name tied to it.
I'm telling you, Jay, that can't be – it's not that hot of a take.
That's number one. Number two, I don't know. Like, I thought you might have been playing at first, but you were standing on this. Like,
that's how I've always been.
Dude, something is wrong.
They need to make a yellow-orange. Just all yellow and orange.
No, because that'd be a non-seller.
But I'm the same. Hold on, though. I'm the same way with Skittles.
Okay.
Yellow, orange, green.
That's not the same, though.
I don't mess with the red.
That's not the same.
Is it cherry? Is it strawberry? I mean,
that's not the same. Don't try to justify it. Because a pack of Skittles isn't the same as a Starburst pack.
I'm not trying to. I'm just telling you I have a type.
I'm good with that.
I have a type.
I'm good because I'm a sweet and sour guy myself.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the chocolate and things like that. Now, there are some certain ones, but I'm all about the tangy. I'm good. I got you.
I got you.
But when it comes to candy. But my thing is, you might be like the 1%. You might be the left-handed catcher.
Yeah.
In the pros.
I mean, I didn't think of it like that. I thought we were all, I had a group. I got my yellow and orange crew. Starburst, stand up right now. 916-339-1140.
That thing is going to be dead. That line is going to be dead.
No, you out there, help me out. Please, I need you. I need you some way, somehow. Help me out. Jay, a couple more notes from the Jake Fisher stream. Apparently, there was maybe some conversation about interest between DeMar DeRozan and the Blazers. Mark Stein says that the Blazers are not looking to sign DeMar DeRozan. And he also adds that the Blazers will not buy out Drew Holiday and are looking to keep the guard on the roster even after trading for Ja Morant. They want to play them all together. We just talked about the Blazers yesterday. I saw somebody from the Kenny Beecham universe, and they put out their tiers of NBA teams, and of course the Kings were last. But more importantly, Jay, I was reading, I think he had the Blazers in tier 3 out of 5, something like that. And the Kings were the only team in tier 5. But I was reading the comments, and a lot of people riding for the Blazers. A lot of people are high on the Blazers and what they got cooking over there. I think there seems to be some talent. I just don't know how much sense it makes. We talk about a mini log jam in Sacramento. If they're not planning on moving Drew Holiday, and it's easy to say that now, Jay, when nobody's trying to give Drew Holiday 2 years, $50 million, whatever it is, might be more than that at 36 years old. So it's easy to say, no, we're keeping him. Well, on the low, they might have been trying to move him and nobody was getting jiggy with it.
Yeah, I could dig that. I just don't see the making of that. And I think Drew Holiday is a veteran. All those guys are veterans at this point, meaning Ja, Dame, and Drew.
Yes,
and
they are.
Probably there's a high percentage that one or two of those guys are going to be hurt throughout the season.
They're not playing 82.
Nah, I don't think any of them are going to play 82. But I just don't see it, especially when we're talking about the money. Those three guys are making a ton of cash.
Yeah.
A big lot of, big chunk of your money. So I just don't see it. I think they would try to spin it. And to me, it kind of tells me like you're done with Scoop.
I just saw a Scoop video.
Yeah,
I know the
everybody
whole thing, Scoop can't shoot, but I mean, he looked good.
He attacked the rim.
They just, you talk about getting in the way. I know injury, sure, but you talk about getting in the way of the development of one of your guys. And the Blazers, to me, it almost feels like they got a weird world of are there enough shots on the court? The whole only one ball thing.
Yeah.
You got Ja, Dame, Denny, all heliocentric.
Very much so.
So that don't work very well.
No, but I think that kind of tells you, and you said this yesterday, that might just kind of tell you where they're going at when it comes to the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're looking, and right now their ownership group is new, and
they're new.
A lot is going on up there in Rose City, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows what? I don't want to, put it out there as if like they're trying to railroad this team into being bad, but there are a lot of people who have some questions in the fact of the direction of where the Trailblazers as an organization, how they're being led, and if they truly want to be a part of a winning tradition.
Yeah, and it's sad because everybody was so excited for Dame going home, and
as they should be.
Yeah, I was of the mindset that Dame never wanted to leave, but felt like he needed to tick some boxes, and he's happy to be home, I'm sure. And to have that ownership cloud over you, it's tough. It's tough. Now, speaking of,
dude, you're getting smoked, bro. I'm talking about like brisket. I'm talking about real brisket.
Yeah,
right
nobody.
Now, like, I mean, as you should, though. Like, normally I'm good with the, couple counter punches. But honestly, you deserve to be put on the grill right now, bro.
Greg, sorry, fam.
Greg and YC?
Pink.
Yuba City?
Yeah, first maybe yellow. Number 2, usually red.
And Greg was a left-handed catcher. Shouts out to him, Little League. Father-in-law was one of my coaches. He was also left-handed, so he had love for me. I see that. Found me glove back in the 80s. The other coach said there's no left-handers in the pros. And he said this ain't the pros. Greg in Yuba City, Honkerville, or River Valley, the other high school.
Let them out there. Let them play, man.
916. I'm with you on the yellow starburst, but the orange just makes me angry.
What's wrong with the orange? It tastes like orange.
916 Silver 916 Styles, you're my guy, but what? Do you also just eat the orange and yellow Fruit Loops?
No, I would if I could, but they all taste the same. They all taste the same to me.
One man crew Allen on this one.
Yeah, I don't got
H Fields 90.
It feels like the issue is the orange. Some people are rocking with the yellow, but it's the orange that's a problem.
And the combination of both being 1 and 2.
That too.
And on top of that, you tripled down, not doubled down. You was like, I don't like the red and the pink is beneath me.
Yeah.
I don't even touch it.
I don't touch it.
I don't even crack the seal.
No.
Man, you got to be out your mind, bro.
No, they might be sitting. You look in one of my cabinets now, they might be sitting there from last Halloween.
Catching the dust?
Yeah.
Like old ketchup
when they get all hard?
Yeah. Oh, they no way.
Nah, man, I'm cool.
You don't eat the red or the pink, bro?
Nah, man.
I ain't never heard nobody say that, man.
We good. We good over here. We good over here.
I know what to get you now.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, because all you have to do is you buy as many Starburst packs and then you just keep the nasty ones to the right for you, bro.
That's right.
Yeah. And I'm good with the orange or yellow. I don't dislike them.
Right. You're just saying my hierarchy is off.
I'm just saying basically right now you're on your Bleacher Report list.
Okay.
Like you guys listing a little bit is off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look, I know you out there. If you're just hopping in the car, 4:00, 4:11 on the dot. It's the Don Tolliver Tuesday. Tolliver Tuesday going to be at the G1C. I'll be in the building. Come say what's up to your boy. And when you come say what's up to me, say, yo, Alan, I got love for the yellow Starburst, and I got love for the orange. And if you say to me, look, Alan, I didn't want to get roasted on the air, so I didn't call in, but I got you.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Like, that's the point.
So
if you like it, stand up on it and tell us why you aren't weird.
So tell me straight up, man, who's got my back out there?
Not many, bro.
That's what we need to know. Okay? As we go big fish hunting, Jay, it's about that time. So this is an Allen original, and I cooked this up because the Kings, they might be in a second draft situation, maybe in a third draft. And what do I mean by that? When we say second draft, third draft, those are guys that maybe didn't get a ton of opportunity on a certain team, and they could flourish on another team. I'm not talking about that guy that was on the Warriors and now on the Hawks. I'm not talking about him, but that's the type of guy, right? I'll even say a Benedict Mathurin, guys like that. So I came up with two groups, Jay. You tell me if I'm missing anyone, all right? So I have two groups when it comes to, is there going to be a big fish out there? So my first group, I have two groups. One is teams that are on their last hurrah, and my second group, timeline issues. And that's why some players may be available from these teams.
Okay.
So my first group in teams that are on their last hurrah. My first team, the Orlando Magic. They are a team, they've worked through some things. They've fought through, and, they got, I think, another new coach now. They continue to run Paolo at the point forward. They want him to be LeBron, and I just don't think they should continue to do that. They're paying Jalen Suggs a lot of money. Franz Wagner can't stay on the court. It was recently reported that the Warriors are, quote, lurking on Franz and Paolo if either of them become available. And I think that is something not just the Warriors should be interested in, but a ton of teams should be interested in if Franz or Paolo end up becoming available. I don't know if you're moving Paolo, it's a full rebuild. You could move Franz and say, hey, Franz and Paolo aren't working, but we're going to see what we can do with Paolo. You'd still have, I know I've been trying to get Anthony Black out here for a very long time. His brother looks nasty too. Yeah. Another point guard.
Sophomore at this point.
I think so. I just watched them both. They were destroying dudes at some tournament they were in. So the first team I have, the Orlando Magic, Jay.
Okay.
They were my sexy pick last season. They made me look foolish. They made a lot of people look foolish. And it's that the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown thing, they couldn't get over the championship hump. The Magic can't even sustain playoff success. So I don't know what to do with that, but at some point here, it feels like they might pull the plug.
I'm with you. For me, I think this would surprise people. I'm more on the Paolo Banchero cart than the Franz Wagner. I just don't think Franz can stay healthy.
He can't.
And I know Paolo has some health issues himself, but I trust this 20 and 10 more than I trust Franz.
Yeah.
So for me, I take Paolo, but it just depends on what it's going to cost me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to cost a lot.
I think so.
Yeah, and I think, is Paolo, I don't even know if he's 25 yet.
I was going to say it's pretty close, but he's probably about 24-ish.
Brother's 23, turns 24 in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be pricey.
West Coast boy, Washington.
Yeah. That's going to be, Doug.
Yeah, he
got
knows
a connection.
Him. Yeah, they know each other.
Come home, P. Come on home, P.
We ain't the Sonics now.
We got a connection there. Franz is about to turn 25. He turns 25 at the end of August. For those that watch the morning show, if you want to engage in some celebrity birthdays. So that's my first team, Jay. And then from there, you got your Jalen Suggs. I saw somebody, I believe it was Jack Dan, who we're going to have on at some point this week, I think tomorrow, actually. And if I'm not mistaken, he was high on the Kings. Maybe if they were interested in a Jalen Suggs, I think he gets paid too much money.
Yeah, he does.
But I'm interested in what could happen there. Anthony Black, I think they probably keep him, but if you can get him, that's a situation where, yes, you have Darius Acuff, but Anthony Black is like 6'6", so I think you could play them together if you were so lucky as to get Anthony Black. I think he had a pretty nice breakout season, even though he dealt with some injuries. The next team on my list, teams that are on their last hurrah, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Ooh,
now, I would not sign up. Yeah, I would not sign up. And shout out Donovan Mitchell, just got married to Coco Jones. Looked like a beautiful ceremony, didn't it?
Shouts out to Donovan.
Shouts out to Donovan. Okay. Coco Jones, great in Bel Air, by the way. Finished that.
Never got into it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. I thought that the way they ended it was pretty cool. Carlton, it was rough early.
Yep.
But they rounded out his character, and they did a good job with it. So shout out Coco Jones, who's Hillary on Bel Air, and Donovan Mitchell. But I wouldn't they just cashed out Donovan, a lot of money. Chances are he's not finishing that contract with the Cavs because that's just how it happens these days, Jay. But there's been this interest. I know he went to Louisville. There's been this interest in New York for a very long time. And I just don't think he'd be interested in Sacramento. I don't know who would want to pay that contract depending on how this all ends with them not getting LeBron. I would more so have a conversation about the Mobleys, the Jared Allen's a little bit older, but somebody like that if you want to go in that direction. But I do think they are on their last hurrah, and there will be some players that are available if this season doesn't work out.
Interested in Mobley. Probably the only one. I'm more of a Donovan Mitchell than a lot of people. I'm very high on Donovan, but I think he's in a little long in the tooth. For me, he works better on a veteran team.
Okay.
Yeah, his timeline sounds crazy because we're talking about stars, right?
Yeah.
And who doesn't want a star? But I'd go Mobley.
Yeah.
Mobley be the guy I look for.
And let's not forget, I know he's a Skywalker, but Donovan Mitchell is only about 6'2".
Yep.
So running him and A-Cuff together, it'd be tough. I mean, A-Cuff might be in that dang trade if he actually did it, but assuming you were able to hold on to them, that might be a little rough. And we saw a version of that. With Garland, but it was in the East and a weaker East.
Yep.
So I don't know what that would look like. So those are my three teams for teams that are on their last hurrah as it pertains to, is there going to be a big fish out there?
So wait, Orlando, Cleveland.
Oh, excuse me, the last one.
Yeah, I was like, what is the third one?
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Ooh.
The last one. This could be a disaster, Jay.
Okay.
This could be an absolute disaster with LaMelo. And if LaMelo actually plays and it's still a disaster, I think there could be some teams. Now, LaMelo and A-Cuff, again, LaMelo is a bigger dude, but I don't know about that one defensively. That could be rough for you.
Sure.
And, I know a lot of Kings fans are just rolling their eyes right now. The Anthony Edwards conversation, I don't even know. Kings own all their picks. I don't think they got enough picks. It would have to be a team that has extra. It would have to be the Jazz or someone that has just so many picks, or the Thunder or somebody like that. But if this thing goes south, I could see the Timberwolves saying it was a good run. This is what small markets have to do. Time to hit the reset. And it could be Ant available. Could be LaMelo available. Jaden, I would be interested in a Jaden McDaniels.
Me, for sure.
Somebody like that. All would be very, very pricey.
I'm taking all of them, Alan. All three.
Not LaMelo. Oh, yeah. Well, you are the Melo.
Yeah, I'm taking all three.
Yeah, you can't do consecutive years. So Timberwolves probably saying, we don't want your 2027.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
I mean, put it this way. Anthony Edwards is the type of player where you call me and tell me what you want. I don't even need you, because this is what the T-Wolves would probably do, is let everybody, what the Mavericks should have did, is you let everybody know in the league, Anthony Edwards is available.
Right.
You have until 12 p.m. tomorrow to send your best deal. And
it sounds like a Western.
Well, that's how it's supposed to go, though. The Mavericks did it terribly.
Yeah.
They did a bad job. If Luka was available, you put the bat signal out and let everybody know that Luka's available.
Yeah.
And watch what you would have gotten at that point, right?
Yeah.
Now, Luka, as great as he is, he seems human. At Dallas, he had just come off the run to the finals. People are looking at him superhuman a little bit.
Yeah.
Now he's kind of like, you heard a little bit in L.A.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. L.A. will bring your star down, too, because I was always told working in L.A., there's always somebody bigger than you. Doesn't matter who you are.
Right.
There's always somebody bigger than you when you play in L.A., meaning you work, you live, you star, whatever the case may be. But I'd be very interested if Anthony Edwards was to ever go on and he was still around his age right now, or even a year or two removed. Man, listen, you can have everything. Matter of fact, I'll send you the rabbit statue, which is the pig, right?
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic. I'd send you the pig statue. I'd probably allow you to have a spot at Doko, like you can set up your own store, boutique, or whatever.
Yep.
Like, I'm selling that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You could put all your ads on the big screen, on Cap, whatever you want to do. Yeah, what? Come on, man.
Travel to Mini.
Yeah, just come here. Like how the A's are doing with the athletic sign.
Right.
Visit Las Vegas and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember San Diego had something like that here in Sacramento?
Yep.
We used to run commercials.
I'm looking here, Jay. I'm looking here because it goes up to 2033 now. So it would basically be every other year, right?
Yeah.
Maybe at the end you can add some protections. But, Minnesota, let's say they're a 6 seed, they flame out, and, it just didn't work. Minnesota decides, all right, time to hit the refresh. We're talking Acuff. I mean, you try to keep him, but one's a point guard, one's a shooting guard, right? But you coming off of Acuff. That's
I don't know. I think that's the one that you're able, if you can keep, you try to keep.
And if you're keeping him, we're talking 2028, 2030, 2032, and 3 swaps.
For sure.
And that might get you in the building.
And listen, you could take whatever else you need off the roster. Just pick and choose.
So in a year, and just, we never know.
After 24, man.
After Luka,
he's about to be 25 actually now.
Yeah, he's literally about to turn 25 tomorrow. So celebrity birthdays.
Really?
Turns 25 tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Anthony Edwards.
So 25 years old in a year this time, let's say, hey, we're moving on from Ant. We were the 6th seed. It just isn't working. We're a small market. It's time to hit the refresh. So 25-year-old Anthony Edwards, you're going to need 3 picks, 2 swaps, and whatever salary filler. I think you need 4 picks. You got to find a 4th pick.
You probably do.
And them bad boys, for the most part, Jay, is probably a 4th pick if some of them are protected, or 3 completely unprotected.
Yes.
And swaps. And
I'm with it, though.
You in.
But I'm with it. I'm all in. And I tell you why, because I've always said this, and the NBA proves me right just about every single year. The only teams that win are teams that have a top 10 player in the NBA.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a top 10 NBA player, you'll never win a championship. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule. And I remember doing it, telling Draper and Whitey this. I said, go find me one. Beside the Pistons.
Right.
And we went all the way back down to Seattle, I think 79, where they didn't really have a top 10 guy in the league. But the craziest part about the Pistons is, if you look at their roster, they have a Hall of Fame coach. They already have 2 Hall of Famers, Chauncey and Ben Wallace, and they might have another 1 or 2 if Rip and Rasheed get in. That's crazy. You might have 4 Hall of Famers and a Hall of Fame coach. Maybe no, and definitely no one in the top 10 in the league at the time.
Yeah.
But look what it takes to win a championship.
Right. And that's they're the argument for the normal team that won with 4 Hall of Famers.
Maybe. They got 2 right now and a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to do it.
You got to.
4 firsts, 25 years old. I mean, if you're able to keep Acuff, he needs a point guard. Ant always has. And you talk about popcorn.
Man.
And again, that stupid Walker Kessler deal, I don't even know. I'm telling you, Jay, you would need additional firsts. Now, the rule, though, if you have first from a trade, I don't know how that – I think it's got to be consecutive for your picks.
It's only your picks.
Yeah, so if you have extras, but the Kings don't have that.
Right. They would have to garner it in some way, no doubt about it.
I think the Jazz would be in a good – any of these teams that netted out – the Grizzlies, any of these teams that came up on a ton of picks recently would be in a better position if we even get there. We discussed teams that are on their last hurrah. Now let's discuss the second side of it, timeline issues. I'm very, very excited for one of these teams, and you're going to know why as soon as we return. Drive, guys, roll up. Don't move.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Clear and warm this evening. Temperatures, though, eventually dropping off into the mid to low 60s by Wednesday morning. And then daytime highs under sunny skies pushing into the upper 90s to around 100 degrees. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on Us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in L.A., red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on Us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 27, trading for Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey has always been highly regarded since his days at Stanford. While in Carolina with the Panthers, he was producing, but it wasn't resulting in enough wins for Carolina. With the Rams targeting him to give LA some juice, it was the 49ers who swept in and got him. On October 20th, 2022, the 49ers got CMC from Carolina in a blockbuster trade, sending 4 draft picks to Carolina. The move, which bolstered the 49ers offense, was lauded as an A-grade move long-term, and CMC is still going strong to this day.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Well, it's already happening. I do think the coolest thing about trade deadlines is how fast everything goes once it's done. You wait. Trade deadline happens. And these boys be in new unis on planes immediately. And Luis Ariz, who is hitting cleanup for the Phillies, I do not get baseball lineups these days. I will not pretend to get baseball lineups these days. I guess if there's men on base, you want someone that's going to make contact, right? I guess that's one way to look at it. But Luis Ariz, as the cleanup hitter for the Phillies, lines an RBI single in his first at-bat. This is the bottom of the first, taking on the Washington Nationals. So he's in Philly. He lines it, drives in Trey Turner. He's on first base, jacked up. He's yelling, high-fiving. Phillies love it. The Philadelphians love it. The Philly fans love it. And it stinks that he didn't get to play any meaningful games for the Giants. But good for him. He deserves to be in that environment and not the horrible environment that the Giants are putting out right now. But good for him. Good for him. And there's going to be more. I got to see. I believe Frankie said that Elliot Ramos. So 2 cleanup. This is how you know the team was just messed up, right? Because Elliot Ramos batting 4 for the Yankees. Luis Ariz batting 4 for the Phillies. So hitting, and these weren't even the big money guys. So clearly the talent was there. It just didn't come together. I still got to give out my grade on the Giants trade deadline. I got that for you. Jim Bowden gave the Giants an A. Spoiler alert, I did not. So I have that for you. That's coming up. But we wanted to finish up the Big Fish conversation. We went through teams that are on their last hurrah. The Magic, the Cavs, the Timberwolves. This is just something. Alan, where's this from? I cooked this up myself. I got in the kitchen. I threw out the pink and red Starburst, and I whipped this up like some orange and yellow. Okay, that's what it is for you. And if you're just now joining, I'm getting roasted because I don't eat the red or pink Starburst. Call in. I know somebody out there agrees with me. But as we continue on, we've gone through teams that are on their last hurrah, and now we have teams with timeline issues, which could cause there to be a big fish out there somewhere. So the first team, Jay, and this is the team that I'm personally most excited about for this conversation. Whenever a team changes up their timeline, players can be available. So the Wizards. The Wizards are on my list. Trading for Trae Young, cashing him out, deciding they're going to hold on to Anthony Davis. They are now in some version of a win now mode. And if you go through the Wizards, that means all of these first rounders and all of these players that they have that they've drafted, and because they didn't know. That's the thing. You don't know who you're going to have, right? You don't know that you're going to get lucky and get an AJ DeBonsa. You don't know what's going to happen there. So you look at what the Wizards have been building. They have the number 2 pick from a couple years ago in Alex Sarr. Then they get lucky. They get the number 1 pick in AJ DeBonsa. They got Trae Young. They got Anthony Davis. And they got DeAndre Ayton. Okay? So with all that being said, there is not enough room, all right, for some of the young guys that they acquired while waiting for the big fish, their big fish. So I'm looking here, Jay. I saw somebody say, this is going to be a big season for Bilal Coulibaly. Now, where the hell is Bilal Coulibaly going to play? Right? He's 6'7", forward, 21 years old. Okay? So you got a Bilal Coulibaly.
He's only 21?
He's only 21.
And it feels like he's been in the league for 5 years.
I know. You got Trey Johnson, Jay. How old is he? 20.
21? No.
20. Then, and they got Chris Middleton, by the way. Then you got Bub Carrington, Jay. Guess how old Bub Carrington is?
Bub probably about 20, 21 too.
20.
Dang.
Will Riley, my guy. How old is Will Riley? 20. Keyshawn George. Oh, we really like Keyshawn George.
Got to be about 21, too.
22 years old.
Dang.
That's 5 dudes, okay? Now, maybe they prioritize, like I said, they got Chris Middleton. I don't know how much he's going to play. They got the other Champagnie, who's 25 years old. They got Justin Champagnie, all right? So there's only so many minutes to go around.
Don't they got your boy Sarr? Or no, you're a Reese Shea guy, yeah.
Well, I just said, hey, buy low. You can buy low. You got Sarr, who's 21. So you can't develop all these guys.
Yeah.
You got 5 20-year-olds on the team. So, Jay, that's not a last hoorah, but there's a timeline issue here. So you don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, all the reports of that 2027 draft is not going to be, I'm not even going to call it weak, right? Just say it's not as strong as last draft because the last draft could be historic, could be legendary. Cameron Salerno says, yeah, Alan, I don't think 2027 and 2028 are going to be strong, but I do think 2028 is going to be stronger than 2027. So what do the Wizards do with all these young players? Where are they going to develop? And if you're the Kings, you'd love to get a couple of these 21, 20-year-olds on the squad. So that's a team where I'm looking at, let's say the Wizards mess around and they're the hot team. They're going to hold on to Anthony Davis, at least as of right now. Wizards just kind of were salty. They were just spiteful. We don't want to trade Anthony Davis to the Warriors because we don't want to be the reason the Warriors get LeBron. That's basically what it came down to. So I do think they might end up moving AD at some point. They just didn't want to be forced into it. We want to do it on our terms. But let's say AD stays healthy. He said he plans on playing all 82 games. That's what he said last week. I mean, he can say it, you know. But, I mean, what else is he going to say, right? But if you look at that and you say, all right, the Wizards ended up being the 5 seed or the 6 seed, and it was exciting out there in the nation's capital. They're going to look and say, now, again, they'd have to want something, right? They'd have to want something that the Kings have. But they could look at that and say, you know what? One of these guys is not going to develop. A lot of them are first-round picks, of course. Let's see what we can do. Let's make a couple moves and add on and really double down, triple down on who this team is now and the timeline that we are currently on. Bilal Coulibaly was 7th pick in 2023. All right, I know Will Riley went a little bit later, but Bilal Coulibaly, 7th pick, right? These guys are just hanging around, and I don't know how much time they're going to get.
Man, he's 21.
Trey Johnson, the 6th overall pick in 2025. Jay, it's like they're under the couch. Oh, I found a first-round pick here, first-round pick there.
Yeah.
So
give me all of them.
Of course.
I'll take K. George. I'll take Coulibaly. I'll take Johnson. I'll take Sarr. I'll take a few of them.
Keyshawn George, he was 20. Then they have the later guys, right? Like Will Riley was later in the first round. Keyshawn George was the 24th overall pick in the first round as well. So that's a team that you can tell by the way I'm talking about this. Very excited about them. I have no clue what the Kings would be able to give the Wizards that they would want, but I do think it's an interesting conversation.
I can tell you this real fast before you move on to the next team. I think you're spot on in the form of they're going to come out this year, play it out, and they are kind of with Trey and AD and, Devonta, they are a win-now squad.
Yeah.
So they may be looking for kind of that mid-tier veteran, that Keegan Murray.
Could be something like that.
That Domas, someone that's kind of down the road. Because as much as you want to tell me AD's going to play every single game, we know that's a bold-faced lie.
Right.
Until you show it and prove it to me. I don't think he's ever played
some people,
all 82.
Well, some people have even said, and it would be tough because they have Alex Sarr. But, I mean, I remember conversations that people wanted to see AD with Domantas Sabonis.
Right.
Even a convo there. Now, we know we got to make the money work, but even a convo there. So that's probably the team I'm most excited about. We're going to go through the other ones as well. You got the Blazers, who we've talked about plenty, so we can kind of glaze over that one.
I know what I'm taking from them.
Oh, I know.
Who are you on? Denny?
Oh, I'd take Denny. Yeah. I would. I mean,
I mean, the Kings aren't in a position to be turning down.
He's
good
with
talent.
20. Is he 20? He's only 25. It depends.
I don't know if you can win with him.
I don't know how much they would want. I'm not trying to give up the farm for Denny at all. Yeah. And I feel like they might try to, play the Kings. I would be worried about that, but I would definitely take Denny. Denny, by the way, is 25. So
he's too old for this squad now, brother.
No, stop that. Stop that. So you got the Blazers next, Jay. The Suns, I know a while back Whitey said Jalen Green would be a flyer. Not that he's a big Jalen Green guy, but that would be an interesting flyer.
Is it 24 now?
Maybe. I'm open to it, but Jalen Green and Acuff, that I don't know how that would fly too much.
Ball handling.
Clippers, I think, is another team. If they bring back Benedict Mathurin, I don't know if there's a ton that I'd be super excited about.
I like their veterans.
Yeah.
Like I like Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah.
But those are kind of add-on pieces. Those aren't what you build around.
No, this is not second draft.
Yeah, those are like, look, we're close to a championship. We need Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah.
I like Benedict.
I do too.
I think you can build around him. I'm very interested to see what he is as a full package and also kind of allowing him to have the keys.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's allowed him to have the keys. And then Indiana, he got hurt, of course, and then Ty and kind of took over. And Pascal, of course, is there. I'd be interested in Benedict. I think he's one of those guys that you can buy low and maybe he will flourish and outplay, his position at the moment.
Yeah.
They got somebody else. I'm missing somebody else down there that's a youngster.
Well, they just got Keaton, obviously. They got Darius Garland.
No.
They have the center, but I don't think they would move on from him, the power forward center guy.
Who was that?
He got hurt. He didn't play in summer league, but I got him for you right
Broom?
here. No. It is. I got it right here for you. The Yannick Konen Niederhauser.
Oh yeah.
They got Niederhauser. They got Kobe Sanders, who's 24.
Man, they got somebody else down there that
they got Rui.
I like Rui.
Yeah,
I definitely like Rui. But
they got Cam Christie.
Cam Christie.
Christie.
Baba Miller.
Oh, yeah, they just got Baba.
That's what I was thinking of.
There you go. They got Baba as well. And then the last team, just to round this out, I got the Pelicans, but I don't know what the Pelicans want. I don't know what the Kings would want. That's not second draft. I mean, if you're going the Zion convo, but they're young players. I mean, Trey Murphy, you could get in the Trey Murphy convo.
Yeah, and I'm wholeheartedly interested in Herb.
Yeah, but they want to they tripping.
Yeah, they are.
They
Both
tripping with these price tags. When we return, let's keep the conversation going. You want someone like Jalen Duren. What if there's someone similar and the price tag would be less? For all you midday listeners out there from the Allen Styles Show, we're bringing back trade candidate of the day. We'll tell you who it is when we return. More Drive Guys coming up.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Clear and warm this evening. Temperatures, eventually dropping off into the mid to low 60s by Wednesday morning. And then daytime highs under sunny skies pushing into the upper 90s to around 100 degrees. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie,
people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
The one and only Monster Jam. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Visit MorganMonsterJam.com to save 25% on ticket face value, courtesy of Morgan & Morgan. Visit website for restrictions and details. Coming to Golden One Center August 15th and 16th.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Trade candidate of the day. Well, this has been a staple, okay? Really a favorite. Now, when we do these trade candidate of the day conversations, let's not get it twisted. No rumors. Well, sometimes rumors, but no rumors, no reports. Sometimes it's just, would you like to see this player on the Kings, right? You see somebody that's available, we have the conversation. We're not pretending like there is anything going on. We're just keeping it very, very real and just having a fun conversation. 916-339-1140.
Let me say this, Alan, before you step off onto the ledge with this. This is a probational period.
Oh, I know.
For this right now.
Oh, I know.
So let's make sure the first one is the best one.
Well, hold on. Okay, well, there's two. I mean, I can add
maybe
in,
you want to go ahead and use both.
Yeah, I could add in, a couple if need be. But it's about another team that we really don't know anything, right? We really don't know anything about, and it's the Dallas Mavericks, okay? So, obviously, the Kings interested in Jalen Duren, and that's been well documented. It's been talked about for a while. I don't know what's going to happen with Jalen Duren. I guess there's a world where he threatens the qualifying offer. I don't know that he would actually do it. But with the Jalen Duren conversation going on, another name popped up that this team is shopping a couple different guys, because I don't think this team knows what they're doing quite yet, Jay, and that's the Dallas Mavericks. So I guess you could say there's two trade candidates on the day. Timelines aren't perfect, but I did think it was still interesting just based on the type of player that you're looking for, and that's the Dallas Mavericks, Daniel Gafford, and P.J. Washington. If there would be any interest there. Now, obviously, the Kings, when it comes to the center position, you got Domas, you got Cardwell, you got Maxime Reynaud, but that didn't stop the Kings from being interested in Jalen Duren. Now, it's a little bit different, right? You have Daniel Gafford, who is about to turn 28 in October, but we know he's a lob threat. He's been in the finals. That was the hot thing for a second, Jay. We need the two bigs and Luka throwing those lobs. We know that Acuff can certainly throw those lobs as well. And Brett Siegel came out and said he's been available, talking about Daniel Gafford. He's been available all offseason. Dallas wanted a first before the NBA draft. Nothing has changed. Now, when you say the words a first, I guess the question is, well, what does that mean? Is it a protected first? Well, what are we talking about? Is it a swap? What are we talking about here? Because, yeah, that would be insane to give up an unprotected first for Daniel Gafford. Nobody is doing that. But if it was a heavily protected first at 27, 28 years old, does he more so fit the model of what Scott Perry and this current regime is trying to do? Now, if your answer is, well, Alan, Dylan Cardwell is cheaper, right? We don't have to give up a first. Let's just work on him and develop him. I'm fine with that. But this is a name that popped up, and I thought it was fascinating because the Kings and their center position, as we've talked about before with Whitey, seems like Domantas Sabonis is not their cup of tea as far as the centers are concerned. PJ Washington, I actually love PJ Washington's game, and I know he's the same age as or around the same age as Daniel Gafford, but just it sounds insane to say, Jay, because we had the conversation with Dwayne about too many guards, but that wing position, I don't really know where he would fit at this point in time. I mean, I know Precious is more of a power guy, but you got Precious. Really, it's DeAndre Hunter. I don't know, how much you could do with PJ. Now, look, I'll tell you this much, Jay. If you are looking at DeAndre Hunter and you see, the fact that PJ is I think he just signed a new contract last season, and obviously DeAndre Hunter is expiring, so PJ's making 19 now, and then it ascends up. I believe DeAndre's close to that. That might be a conversation. PJ is 28 years old. I believe DeAndre Hunter's got to be around the same age, but that's more of a timeline conversation. I like PJ Washington a lot, but if, you're letting the Mavs, this is one of those weird things where they did a deal, and I don't know if they want to keep the deal. PJ Washington is in trade convos. They just signed the brother for this contract.
Yeah.
It's just now starting. So I think the scary part would be, I think they would do it, DeAndre for PJ, but I don't know that Scott Perry would say, I can't commit. It's a commitment. I can't commit to 4 years. I like you.
All the extra years.
4 years, $88 million, that's about to start. I can't commit to that. But I like PJ a lot.
I do too. I think he brings toughness. He can shoot it. He's long, lanky. Mm-hmm. I'm with you. I like it, but I'm a little skeptical on the 4-year deal.
Yeah.
But I understand. I mean, $88 million, that's probably where he should be.
Yeah, it's not an overpay.
Yeah. I'm good with it. I can see where you're going. I like Gafford, too. I think he's a rim runner.
Yeah.
He's on the glass. He's AKA Windex. Now, he's not Domas on the glass, but I think if we're looking at the fact that you're going to give Acuff the ball, allowing him to do what he needs to do, you need more receivers than passers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Domas, to me, is a receiver and a passer, where for me, Gafford is more of a just put it up there and I'm going to go get it, and I don't need to rock to really do what I need to do on the offensive side. So I think he fits the mold of where it seems the Kings are going. I'd be interested in both. I definitely would be interested in what I would need to give you.
Yeah.
Meaning the Kings give to Dallas to secure either one.
I mean,
I was in on the PJ thing early.
Yeah.
Going to Dallas. I thought the Kings should have went and got him. They got what? It was one first-round pick and big dog that was with the Celtics. I can't think of his name before he went to Mavs real quick, and then Charlotte. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. He bounced around a little bit.
I can't think of his name off the top of my mind. But I was good with the PJ coming from Charlotte at the time.
He's on Charlotte now?
I think they moved him.
You're not talking about Grant Williams?
Grant Williams, yeah. Grant Williams. There you go. Grant Williams.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks are kind of tripping. I mean, I'm sure they feel like PJ is properly paid, but the commitment these days with this CBA of 4 years and you want a first for PJ?
Yeah.
I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah.
or it's going to be heavily protected.
Protected. I would say I throw a protected one out.
Yeah.
I throw out a, lottery protected, maybe
something like that.
Sweet 16, a top 16.
Top 50. If I can do top 15, or I can be talked in to a top 10. But yeah, PJ Washington, it would be a commitment. But you're saying, hey, this is what we're working with. Maybe you could run him. That keeps Keegan. I believe you could run PJ at the 4. So that would you could keep Keegan at the 3 there. I wouldn't mind it. I don't know what like we said, what you'd have to give up, but I wouldn't mind it at all. But yeah, Mavs are tripping a little bit if they think that they're going to get a first rounder. Definitely not unprotected, but yeah, we'll see if anybody. I just don't know. We're kind of calling their bluff because, well, what are you trying to do, right? What are you trying to do with Cooper?
Yeah.
You still got Kyrie, which I think they'll move Kyrie.
I think they are.
Because you get the most for him for sure.
And Cooper's more of a point forward anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. CJ, trade candidate of the day.
I could see it.
That was a success.
That was like the orange starburst.
Okay.
I got you.
We'll go red.
It was edible.
We'll go red next time. Well, look, a lot of these NFL wide receivers are going green because they're getting cashed out. But did one of my guys, an undersized wide receiver, did they pay him too much? We'll tell you who it is, what he got, and should he have gotten it. Drive Guys rolls on 5 o'clock hour. Let's go.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPfest.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
So a couple dudes got the bag today. I think one of the dudes that got the bag, you're not going to complain about. If anything, you could probably make the argument, as is quite typical when it comes to the NFL. He might even still be underpaid. Okay, but we understand how it goes. I don't believe it'll be his last paycheck, right? But a lot of people would say that this dude probably deserves more money than what he's getting versus the other guy that might be slightly overpaid. And I like that guy too. And who am I talking about? Bijan Robinson from Adam Schefter, ESPN sources, two-time Pro Bowl selection. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons reached agreement on a 3-year extension worth up to $75 million that now will make him the highest paid running back in NFL history. Can I just say, Jay, I don't know how we're measuring this stuff anymore. I really don't. Every time Adam Schefter, every time somebody signs a contract, it's the highest in NFL history.
Right.
I don't know how this stuff is happening. I don't get it because it doesn't sound like it, right? Robinson will receive a $51 million guarantee, including $37 million at signing, in a deal that agent Nicole Lynn and the Falcons have been working hard on to finish up in recent days. So Gibbs, on the other hand, is doing a hold in, apparently. He's not holding out. He's at camp. He's just not doing anything. So Gibbs is trying to get the bag. Now Bijan gets the bag. And it's always so funny how these teams do this, because you run David Montgomery out of town, and then you have a problem paying Jahmyr Gibbs?
I know.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Like, you just told me what my value is, but now you don't want to pay me. Okay?
It's NFL, right?
Yeah.
It's the NBA. Everything but baseball and the Dodgers.
Exactly. And they're about to have a holdout. And that's why. That's why they're about to have a holdout.
Right.
So Bijan, highest paid running back in NFL history. You can go look that up yourself. I'm assuming that is however they're doing it based on the AAV or however you want to call it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Good for Bijan. He's a dog.
He is.
Now, the other one that had Jay a bit up in arms is my guy.
Your guy.
My guy, a smaller dude, little, I don't even know if you would call him a traditional slot receiver. I mean, he is, but he does a little bit of everything. People are not thrilled about this one. Baltimore's two-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Zay Flowers reached an agreement today with the Ravens on a 4-year, $140 million extension that includes $108 million guaranteed per his agency. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Alan, now we want to know how that stacks up to other guys, which always gets confusing because, inflation and a lot of things changing around based on how these dudes get paid as of right now. And, guys get paid more as we continue on here, and the rates change and the price of things going up. But Zay Flowers right now, Jay, tied for the fourth highest paid wide receiver, and he is tied with Jay Jetta's Justin Jefferson.
Man,
it is Jackson Smith and Jigba, Jamar Chase, Drake London, which that's interesting, too.
Drake's a baller, though.
He is. And Zay Flowers tied with Justin Jefferson at number 4. So, Jay, I said that to you.
Yes, sir.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And you were not thrilled about that one.
Well, let me clarify. First of all, get your money.
Sure,
yes.
Not
Always.
to say
you
don't think look, shout out the agency.
Man.
But he should not be paid as the fourth best wide receiver.
Nah, man. First of all, you're playing with Lamar. I know Lamar missed a lot of time last year, so Zay had to play with some other QBs. But the year before, Lamar was an MVP consideration, MVP talk. I mean, that'd been 2 years ago, so hold on. Last year was Josh Allen.
Last year,
Yeah, and then the year before was Was that Lamar?
Were you saying last year or
2 seasons ago?
Two seasons ago.
Last season was Josh Allen, right?
I thought 2 seasons ago was Josh Allen because that's when everybody said
who won MVP last year? Who am I blanking on?
The MVP last year, of course. Obviously, it was. So Josh Allen won 2 in a row? He must have won 2 in a row.
Man, I thought.
Oh, no. He was the MVP
last year.
Favorite.
Okay, and then who won the year before?
The year
was
before.
Was that Pat or was that Lamar?
Yeah. You have. I'm just blanking here.
Yeah, I am too. It's not football season yet.
Here you go. I got you right here. Oh, it was Stafford.
Stafford. Okay.
Yeah, Stafford 20. They call it 25.
Sure.
Stafford 25, Josh Allen 24, Lamar 20.
Okay. So Zay has been in the league for 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he had that big, I know we got to move on, but that big fumble that kind of kept them from going to the Super Bowl.
Understandable.
He was a rookie that year.
Yeah, we get it. We understand. I just say this. First of all, get your money, young fella. I had to look it up when I saw it this morning, and I just pulled it up real fast. Just real fast. Mm-hmm. Better than Jamar Chase.
No.
All right. Better than Justin Jefferson.
Negative.
Better than Jackson Smith and Jigba.
No.
Better than Puka. I know that's not your, yeah.
I mean, it's close. No,
okay, close.
It's
okay.
probably Puka.
Cool. Okay.
Puka.
Hey, that's fine. I'm around.
No.
Okay. CD Lamb.
No, I like CD a lot.
I do too.
I'm a big CD guy.
Nico Collins.
I probably would say yes.
Okay. All right. George Pickens.
Yes.
A.J. Brown.
I'm not that high on A.J. Brown. I'm going to say yes.
Devontae Adams.
Now, yes.
All right. Hey, look, Drake London.
If Drake could be Drizzy, I mean, it's
where you at?
I think Drake London's probably better.
Okay.
I think he should be better.
Terry McLaurin.
No, I got Zay.
All right. T. Higgins.
I got Zay. I am high on
DK,
Zay, though.
DK.
Nah, DK got one route. He's stiff as heck.
Neighbors.
Zay.
Mike Evans.
Zay.
Jamison Williams.
Zay.
Garrett Wilson.
Zay.
Devontae Smith.
I like that. We're going to see what Devontae got this season.
Okay.
But for now, it's Zay.
Chris Olave, who just got bagged.
He got bagged out too?
Yeah.
But it's Zay for me.
All right.
It's Zay.
I went down at about 15-ish.
Chris Olave, by the way, at $124 million.
Yeah.
And you got Zay at $140.
So you got Zay about 8th.
Yeah.
9th, depending. For me, that's high. I don't even have him that high.
I thought you could say, well, people are going to roast me about A.J. Brown. I think a lot of people would say A.J. Brown.
It depends on how how they stack up, who you like. And we all have our favorites. We all, like you said, you talk about Puka all the time, a slant merchant. I mean, no doubt about it, Puka's probably in a better situation.
Yeah.
Especially for what he does. He just played with, both of them have just played with former MVPs in the last 3 years. But I do think if I'm looking at it, I'm probably saying Puka's a better wide receiver all the way around. Mm-hmm. But I do think if I was building a team, I'd go Zay over Puka.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, if you haven't gotten paid yet, this is a beautiful day for you. Because if I'm Puka, I know he's had a couple things off the field, but if I'm Puka or one of these guys in line to get paid, I'm saying, look, you're not letting Zay get me. Yeah, if I'm Puka, Zay can't get me. I know that.
Yeah, for sure.
I can, whether you agree with it or not, Zay can't get me.
And he's got a little more higher than, like, CD Lamb just signed 2 years ago? 2 seasons, not last year, the year before,
CD
right?
signed in 2024.
Okay. Now, I'm probably looking at the Jones family and say, hey, check this out. I know I just signed 2 years ago. But, man, if you got Zay Flowers making a little more money than me,
yeah,
you're going to have to sweeten the pot, Jones family.
I don't even know if Zay is considered a a pure number one.
He's not.
That's been the problem, I think, with the Ravens. Those are the boys that should have went and got Mike Evans.
You're right.
That's what they needed.
Yep.
They need somebody like that. When has Lamar had a real X receiver? Now I get the way he plays. You might say, well, Allen, he doesn't, need it, or he doesn't play that way, but he has not had that. He has not had that.
Didn't he have Hollywood a couple years ago?
Yeah, but Hollywood to me is
Probably
not a pure.
2. Yeah, he's probably a 2, huh?
Not a pure guy. They got.
They keep tight end is always solid.
Yeah,
Trying
always.
to think of.
They had DeAndre
one.
Hopkins, but that's on the back end.
Back burner.
I'm telling you, every year, and now you're gonna bag out Zay Flowers. I like Zay, but you're telling me that he's your number one, and it's similar to the quarterback position, Jay. Who's the best? I mean, look, wide receivers changing a little bit. Amon-Ra is not the biggest dude in the world.
Nope.
JSN is not the biggest dude in the world. They're not small.
Right.
But they're not the biggest dudes in the world. I get it. So it's not necessarily that Zay can't be your number one, but if you don't have kind of a bigger receiver as a complement, that's more so my problem.
Who else they got? They got Bateman over there.
Yeah, they got Bateman, who's another go route guy.
Sure.
He's been running the same route all his career. You got Bateman and Devontae Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like, you had to pay Zay.
You did.
You put yourself in this position.
You did.
You had to pay him. I like Zay, but I would have dispersed that money. I like Zay a lot. I just named him over A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But you need something else.
Is Lamar kind of – is his career, minus the Super Bowls, of course, but is he starting to follow in the Tom Brady atmosphere, Aaron Rodgers atmosphere, where he's so good that the team hasn't really put great wide receivers around him?
Mm-hmm.
Because for the longest time, we could always argue about who Brady played with.
Yeah.
And I think he made careers. I'm starting to see that a little bit with Lamar, too. Aaron, that was the argument with Aaron Rodgers, right? He never really got to play with a lot of great wide receivers. He made wide receivers, kind of built their name. Lamar ain't really played with a lot of talent on the outside.
No. And I thought, their decision after everything went down with the drop pass with Mark Andrews, and then for them to give him a contract extension after that, I found fascinating. They let Isaiah Likely walk, and now he's joined John Harbaugh in New York. I don't know what the thought process was there. I thought the Niners, honestly, might have been in on Isaiah Likely. I don't know how he blocks, because I know it's very important for the Niners. No block, no rock. But, some of the decisions that they've made, Jay, he kind of reminds me, I know Bill Simmons was recently talking about comparing Lamar and a basketball player, and I'm pretty sure Bill Simmons landed on Donovan Mitchell or Joel Embiid because, Donovan Mitchell doesn't have the accolades that Lamar has, but they're electric. They just haven't gotten over the hump. How he plays, though, it kind of reminds me of a Luka. And what I mean by that is the Mavericks had to try out different things with Luka to figure out what he needed. They had Porzingis. It didn't look bad at all, but, they ended up moving on from Porzingis. Then they brought in Kyrie. They ended up going to the finals. They didn't win it. But the Mavericks were trying to figure out what Luka needs to be successful. I think the Lakers are still trying to figure that out. I don't know what the Lakers are going to be. You got Austin Reeves. That defense isn't going to be great. And then you get your lob threat with Walker Kessler. But I feel like because of how Lamar plays, it might have been Hollywood Brown or somebody had complained. Honestly, I think it was when Hollywood Brown left the Ravens and then went to the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. He said something to the effect of, getting the ball more, right? Because just a more traditional quarterback.
Right.
So I think that the Ravens have struggled to figure out what Lamar needs. Obviously, he's been successful, but from the wide receiver world, Zay Flowers, I think they believe is perfect for Lamar because he's quick. He can get loose. When Lamar breaks contain, Zay can find a soft spot and go from there. Those classic big X receivers that we grew up with that are just running classic routes, Lamar isn't, he doesn't throw the football like that. So I feel like the coaching staff, and we'll see what happens with this new coaching staff, they haven't been able to lock down what exactly Lamar needs. But I'll tell you this much, Jay, he going to need more than Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and Devontae Walker. I know, Devontae Walker, wasn't he on the Titans? That's Delaney Walker. That's Delaney. Delaney. Devontae Walker, is he a rookie? Devontae Walker is 25 years old, is a fourth-round pick in 2024. I'll tell you what they'll say right now, Jay. They're expecting a big year out of Devontae Walker. I'll tell you that much right now.
I'm pretty sure if you went right down to a Ravens beat reporter,
oh my goodness,
it'd be all over Walker.
Yeah, Rashad Bateman, I thought he was much older than 26 years old.
I was going to say probably late 20s. Yeah.
I thought he was much older than that. But you got Rashad Bateman. He was a first-round pick back in 2021.
He was a big name. Here, check this out. Lamar drafted 2018, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm literally
his
going
wide
through.
receivers.
Yeah, I had to. I got to go through this, man. Flacco started 9 games that year. Lamar started the rest.
Mm-hmm.
The starting wide receivers, John Brown, who finished with 42 catches for 750 yards, 15 yards.
John Brown?
John Brown.
Is that the dude who won the Island?
What's the Island? That was a show or something?
No, he ran the fastest 40.
Oh, I don't think it was. He might have been.
It was John something.
I don't remember it being John Brown, though.
No, I don't think it was.
You got Michael Crabtree.
Okay.
Don't do crabs like that. And Willie Snead.
All right, man.
That was his first year.
Okay.
Second year, Miles Boykin, who finished with 13 catches for less than 200 yards that year. Willie Snead, who had finished with 31 catches. And let's see, who was the other one? Because they listed 2. So they must have went to a 2 tight end set right there. All right, so I'll just
big on
that.
2 tight end sets.
I just give you that. That's there. All right. Next year, Miles Boykin, Marquise Brown at 58 catches, 770 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2020.
Hollywood.
2021. Hollywood, Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins had 27 catches for 394 yards.
I thought he was going to be the dude out of Clemson. I thought he had something.
He did for a little bit. 2022. Devin Duvernay.
Okay.
And they only listed 1. They went the triple tight end? There's no way. DeMarcus Robinson.
Okay. A little something there.
Tylan Wallace and Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, I mean, these dudes, you can get them on FanDuel.
23, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. So now we're getting to
this is terrible.
Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman.
Come on, Jay.
Like that, honestly, first of all, now we see why Lamar was running all damn day.
Yeah.
Because he had to.
Right.
There weren't a lot.
No.
Now, he's had some good running backs.
Yes.
He's definitely had some good running backs. But as far as just all-around wide receivers, Zay Flowers is probably the best he's played with.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Zay, but, man, that's a low bar. That's a low bar.
Yeah, that's not going to fly.
And now he, over the last couple of years, Lamar Jackson has become more of a thrower.
Well, they do have – now, here's the thing. Now, you talk about being high on our big season for Devontae Walker. They did grab, Jay – here you go. They drafted a couple. You talk about bites at the apple. They got Jacoby Lane from USC. Yeah. They took him in the 3rd round. And then they got Elijah Surratt, who people remember from the national championship team. They took him in the 4th round. So they loaded up, I guess, kind of on the back end this season with wide receivers. It doesn't look like they took them or, any of the guys in the
still young
1st round.
Yeah, still young.
Yeah.
Still a lot to prove.
Yeah. I mean, LaJohntay Wester, okay, God bless you. Dayton Wade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's not it.
They've shorted him, top flight wide receivers.
They got the homie Chris Moore from the Commanders.
It's thin, brother. I'm just saying it's thin.
But we've never heard, and it brings up a good point, because we were talking about where, going to have Mike Sando on later this week, and the quarterback tiers are out. We're going to talk about that too, because you got to see where Brock Purdy is, of course. But there's certain quarterbacks where people hem and haw over the help that they either get or don't get. People are always talking about Josh Allen needs help. Josh Allen needs help. And I don't think anybody looks at, that's why there's such a conversation about Zay Flowers getting this bag work. I don't think people look at Zay Flowers in that elite realm, which is why a lot of us are surprised he got paid like that. Mm-hmm. But you hear them hem and haw about Josh Allen needing help, Justin Herbert needing help. A lot of these different quarterbacks, I don't know that I've ever heard. And Mark Andrews is good. Has Mark Andrews ever been a top 3? He's never been the best. Has he been a top 3 tight end? Maybe for a hot second?
Maybe one, yeah. Maybe at a point in time, maybe.
And I know they were more based on the running game. You get King Henry. I understand all that. But you hear people all the time crying about these dudes needing more help.
Right.
Nobody crying for Lamar. I don't know if it's because of how he plays. And hey, well, dude runs a route and Lamar is taken off. But to your point, he doesn't do that as much anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would be surprised if and I get it, they just paid Zay Flowers. But it ain't even about Zay. I don't think fine. Zay is your number one. That's all fine and good.
That's
you
cool.
Want to pay him, overpay him, cool.
Yeah.
But you're number 2 in this day and age when you're looking at and we're going to get into on the other side, the best quarterback rooms in the NFL, but you start looking around these quarterback rooms, and it's not about Zay Flowers. It's about the fact that you don't have anybody. You don't have anybody to help. It can't just be about Zay Flowers. You can't have one guy and Mark Andrews, who I know is got to be closer to 30, if not 30 already. You can't have Mark Andrews is 30 on the nose. And Rashad Bateman is your number 2.
Man, Rashad Bateman had 19 catches for 224 yards and 2 tugs last year.
And it was all the same route. It was all a seam up the middle, Jay. I'm telling you that right now. I don't need to look it up.
Man, that's thin. And he played 13 games.
We'll see what happens with Lane and Surratt, but you're looking at you're telling me Lamar is battling it out, and he's going to battle with Derrick Henry, who's 32. Rashad Bateman's your number 2. Zay Flowers is your number 1, and Devontae Walker is your number 3, with Mark Andrews as your starting tight end.
Oof.
And Durham Smythe as your second tight end.
Rashad Bateman has his high is his rookie year. He had 46 receptions for 515 yards, 1 tug. His high as far as TDs, 2 years ago, he had 9. 45 receptions on 72 targets. Man, how many drops did he have? Probably at least about 5 to 7 in that.
Yeah.
He was a long play target. His average was 17 yards, almost a little under 17 yards. Played 17 games. But, your second wide receiver in 5 seasons. In 5 seasons, Rashad Bateman has 157 catches. In 5 seasons. Devontae Adams is eclipsing that almost in 1.
Yeah. And he's on the other side now.
Man, that's tough.
And
that is tough.
I don't know. I don't know how things are going to go this season.
Heck,
New
you
look.
Played 13 games and have 19 catches.
Yeah. He ain't getting $140 million. I can tell you that much right now. What's cooking? Speaking of wide receivers, the best wide receiver rooms in the NFL. Where do the Niners and the Raiders stack up? Drive, guys, roll on. We'll be right back.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1490. That's 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Order up, Sacramento.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool. The dinner bell rang, and it's time to find out what's on the menu.
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for whips.
So fire up the grill and crank up the burners, because it's time to find out what's cooking on the Drive Guys.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
I'll have what she's having.
The Content Kings roll on from Bleacher Report, ranking the NFL's best wide receiver groups. This was after the A.J. Brown trade, June 8th, 2026, from Gary Davenport. Now, they start with, it's 10, Jay. So
Top
we'll
10?
see. Yeah, top 10. We'll see if your team's in there. We'll see if my team is in there. Let's start with 10. They give it to the Houston Texans, which is interesting because you had me, you compared Nico Collins and Zay Flowers. I took Zay Flowers. And look, maybe some out there would take Nico Collins. I know he's missed time. Feels like all the Texans receivers have missed some time, which is why they might be a little bit underrated. Top three receivers: Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Jaden Higgins, who Higgins had a breakout season with Tank Dell out and Nico Collins missing some time. Number 9, Jay, the New England Patriots, okay? A.J. Brown, Kayshon Boutte, and Romeo Doubs. Don't forget, everybody, you know, A.J. Brown, but they also got Romeo Doubs. Yeah, I think between them, Hunter Henry as well, I don't know. A.J. Brown might be looking for the rock a little bit. I would definitely say. And I believe they still have, do they still have Demario Douglas? Yeah, they still have Demario Douglas, who I really like. I I get why the Patriots are at 9, but more importantly, I'm curious if A.J. Brown is going to get as many touches as he would like. They also have a pretty good backfield with those running backs, so that's interesting. Number 8, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, they took a big step this past season. Brian Thomas Jr., I wouldn't say took a step back, but you saw Jacoby Myers kind of pop out, and Parker Washington had a really good season too. So those are their top 3 receivers. And
you got them at 8?
8.
Man, that's pretty high. Okay.
Yeah, 8. And they got Myers from my Raiders. So he popped over there. And Parker Washington, I think, was the surprise. The surprise, breakout season. And that's why Brian Thomas Jr. saw his receiving yards kind of go to the back burner. Number 7, Jay, sounds like you think 8 might be a little too high for the Jaguars.
Yeah, a little bit.
Good season. People are high on them. You know how it goes.
Yep.
Next, the Seattle Seahawks, number 7. Top 3 receivers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, and Rashid Shaheed. I know they're the champs.
Right.
That feels high to me. JSN doing a lot of...
He's carrying it.
A lot of leg work there.
I mean, Kupp has a name. Rashid, though, speed guy. I mean, I can see it.
He's a go route.
I got to hear the rest of them. I
don't know. I mean,
got to hear the rest of them.
I like the Patriots group better than the Seahawks, to be honest.
Give me the Seahawks.
And I don't even like A.J. Brown that much.
Yeah.
Number 6, now this one, I think they're tripping.
Uh-oh.
The Denver Broncos. The Donkeys.
Who's the third guy? Give me the third guy.
Cortland Sutton.
Yep.
They went and got Jalen Waddle.
Yep.
And Troy Franklin out of Oregon.
Ooh, not as familiar with Troy Franklin.
I like them. I love, Schmallen loves a good third receiver. You can always
for that over-under.
The value there.
Yeah,
just give me one catch.
Right.
And we're good. But number 6 is crazy.
I think they have two Bs. Like Sutton and Jalen Waddle to me are Bs.
Yeah.
That sometimes play as A's. Again, I'm not gonna sit up on this mic and lie. I'm not very familiar with T. Franklin. I don't really remember him.
Come on, Frank, T. Frank. Come on, T.
I don't really remember Troy Franklin at the moment.
6 is crazy, by the way.
That's pretty high. I think I'd have Seattle over. I'd probably have who was 9?
9.
That was the Patriots.
Yeah, 9 was the Patriots. I like the Texans. I mean, Tank Dell got to come back from injury.
I take the Texans over there. I think Nico's a big boy.
Yeah.
I think if he's healthy, he's an X.
Yeah.
For sure. He's the guy.
He kind of is an A.J. Brown-esque type guy, bigger receiver.
Yeah.
More traditional.
Yeah.
Number 5, the Detroit Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, and Isaac Tesla. I know they're very high on Tesla. They didn't give him the rock a lot
last year.
But
I was gonna say
every time the broadcasters, they're really high on this guy.
He's a speed guy.
Yeah,
he takes the top off.
So I don't know if we're gonna see more of him.
That's high.
Yeah,
that's a little high.
5.
Yeah, that's a little
Jamison Williams.
I like Jamison. I like him. I think he has the capability of being a very good 2.
Top 5.
Amon-Ra carrying a lot of weight there.
Getting a little,
there's a little weight.
Iffy.
You know what it's starting to sound like to me?
Mm-hmm.
There aren't very good wide receiver cores.
Yeah, and it felt like they were everywhere a couple years ago.
Man, well.
Number 4, here we go. The Slant Merchant and the Rams. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and just pick one, right?
Yeah.
Jordan Whittington.
Do they got is my boy Tutu still there, or did he move on?
I think he just got a lifetime contract with the Rams.
I feel like he moved on. Shouts out to Tutu, Miami stand-up, Tutu Atwell.
He'll give you a game.
Yeah.
He's on the Dolphins now.
He's okay. I figured that he went home. He went home with the Miami.
He's home, Tutu.
I think as much as you're not standing for Puka or Devontae, that's a tough combination to deal with.
No, they got to be top 5. I know I joke.
That's pretty tough. They probably should be higher. Let me hear number 4.
Yeah, number 4 on the list. Or excuse me, they were number 4.
Number 4. They were number 4.
Number 3, now we're getting into it.
Here we go.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, they loaded.
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Andre Iosivas.
That's why I blame Joe Burrow's failures.
Yeah, well, it ain't.
And the defense.
He told them, hey, pay my guys, and they paid him. But yeah, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Andre Iosivas, that's a done deal.
Yeah.
I thought they could be higher.
They probably could be number one, yeah.
Number 2. How about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
The Cowboys.
I don't even know who they third one. Who's the third they put on there?
Ryan Flournoy. Remember, he popped a little bit with some of the injuries.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Ryan Flournoy.
I'd probably go Bengals over them for myself, but I could see why they're there. Pickens is a dude, man.
And number 1, shout out C-Watt. Shout out the Minnesota Vikings and Chris Watkins, the number 1 wide receiver core, according to Bleacher Report.
I can see it.
Top 3 receivers, Jay Jettis, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison.
He's a baller.
And Juwan Jennings. 3 J's.
Yeah.
Justin, Jordan, and Juwan Jennings.
That's a tough 3 right there, brother.
Yeah, Juwan Jennings did good.
He's a perfect 3.
Yes, he is.
He is a perfect third wide receiver. Sometimes has to be a number 2. Every now and then pops his head out to be a number 1 for you on a certain Sunday. You know, he plays through injury, as we've seen here with the 49ers, with rib injuries, things like that.
Yeah.
His hands are pretty good, man. Like, one thing about it is you put it in his area, he's tall, he's lanky.
Yeah.
You know, you get it to him. That's difficult to deal with. It's all about getting it to him, right?
Exactly. And so we'll see what Kyler got. I think if there is a Schmal and Miles, if you can take the over on yards and touchdowns on everything for Kyler for the first half of the season, hammer that.
Do that.
Hammer that. The second half, hey.
Good luck.
My name Bennett, I'm not in it.
Yeah, good luck.
But the first half, they going to be cooking.
Yeah.
You know, Jay, it's what we talked about yesterday. It's the scouting report thing. They're going to be rolling out. Kyler's going to be motivated. I just... Traditionally or historically, I can't count on Kyler the second half of the season. But when it's still hot, you know, that's what they said, Jay, back in my playing days, because when the weather would break finally. So I have guys on my team, hey, sun get hot, styles get hot. That's what it, you know, when I got the heat warmers in the pocket, don't call on me for that,
man,
you know.
He's a Cali boy playing on that East Coast.
Hey, sun get hot, styles get hot, you know.
The muscles start to loosen up, expand.
So Kyler, I think they're gonna cook in the first half of the season. Some omissions here, or I guess some notes.
Where's the Niners at, baby?
No Niners, and they don't need to be here. Come on now. Wait. Well, maybe they got to redo it with Debo.
Come on now.
They got to redo it with Debo. Put some respect
Stribling and Mike Evans.
Yeah, let me see here. Mike Evans, Debo, and Kirk they have.
Okay.
Or you could swap Stribling and Kirk.
Yeah.
Are y'all in the top 15? I don't know.
Yeah, I had to think about it.
I got to see who else
we missing.
About
it, yeah.
Look, I know the Raiders aren't.
No.
I know the Raiders aren't.
Last 3.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Yeah, last 3.
Nah, you know, they might be sitting in the middle.
No.
They in the middle somewhere.
The middle or the bottom.
You know, you got a Trey Tucker.
In the basement.
They got basement. Hand me a Trey Tucker and a Dante. You know, we got some guys.
Now, we talking tight end, then that's different. Tight end running back combination, then yeah, you're cooking with grease.
We got something. A couple notes from the texters here. 530 makes a good point. And again, this is from Bleacher Report. But Travis Hunter on the Jaguars says, don't forget Travis Hunter. Yeah, a lot of these third receivers, it feels like they just kind of guessed, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
530 also says Jaden Higgins for the Texans. Yeah, he was good.
He did. He played ball.
Schmallen likes him some Jaden Higgins. Okay? And 669 Jay says Marvin Mims is the number 3 in Denver. Keep sleeping on him. Yeah. Hey, I'm not sleeping 669. I liked him.
Who's on that list for Denver?
They had your boy, T. Frank. Troy Franklin. Yeah, that's what I said. I like Marvin Mims. It felt like, and correct me if I'm wrong, 669, younger guy felt like more of a go route dude as of right now. But trust me, I'm not sleeping on him. I like Mims. I like Troy Franklin, like I said. Schmallen loves the third receivers.
Give me a quick synopsis, a quick breakdown of Troy Franklin's game.
Man, you know.
Are you familiar?
Well, you know, he's going to find the soft spots in the defense. He's got some athleticism you don't want to sleep on. You know, and he's just a gamer.
How's his route running? How's his route tree?
Man, he got them all in the book. He's got them all. He just got to learn to utilize them a little better. Exactly. So 669 says he's gonna get Wally pipped by Marvin Mims. So you got Troy Franklin's 23, and Marvin Mims here. Marvin Mims is 24. So they got a young core. It's just the top. Their floor is nice in Denver. Yeah. I just don't think their ceiling in Cortland, and I haven't been a Waddle guy because he can't stay on the field. Yeah. I like him though. I think he's a Z. I think honestly Sutton has kind of teased us in many ways at certain times. He's been banged up here and there. Yeah. But you can also kind of look at Denver prior to Bo Nix's. Well, has Sutton really played with any quality quarterback too? So it just depends. It truly depends on how you see him. I think he has the qualities of being a number one, and sometimes he operates as a number one. But I do think if you look at both of them as a combination, as a pair, they're very good. I wouldn't say they're great. I think they're both Bs, though. Right. Do two Bs make an A? A, yeah. Cortland might be a B+, depending on how you see him. Yeah. No doubt about it. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. I just don't know. First of all, when we look at the list, his name wasn't even on the top 15, right? And so that's arguable, depending on, Bronco fan. You can argue that, but I don't think he's even cracking the top 10 for sure. 669 says Troy Franklin is a red zone threat sometimes. He has bad hands. Love the show, fellas. I got about a 4-hour drive from the Bay getting home. Hey, be careful. Hey, on that 5, on that 80, wherever you go, and we appreciate you. Man, we're 4-hour joint. Man, where'd they come? Fort Bragg? Where'd they come from? Carmel? Yeah. Well, look, you coming from the Bay, just be sure you avoid the traffic, hop on that Waze, whatever you need. Stay safe, and man. We appreciate you. Real fast, Alan. This is a What's Cooking segment, right? Yes. So, we have great teammates here. What is that in your hand? At Sac Sports 1140. And I just want to showcase the type of teammates we have, unlike some of the Rashad Bateman 19 receptions to Lamar, we got, top-tier A1 wide receivers around here. And the blessings. What is that? Of the red faves. Oh, my God. For Starburst to show proof to the people out here in Sacramento, the city of trees, the farm to fork capital, that we do it for real. So that is and unlike where SeaWorld, where you guys come from, shout out SeaWorld, and that dead water park that's out there. Hey, shout out Waterworld. Don't be disrespectful to Waterworld. Waterworld is no longer. No, we still rolling. But Waterworld used to be out here too. Okay. But it's no longer called that. So shouts out to that dead water park out there in Concord. Blessing with the red fade. Wow. Shouts out to Ramsey. Showcasing real Starburst, man, and not that stuff that you call candy. That is the nastiest thing I've ever seen, man. This is my thing. With this bag, could you imagine if this said lemon juice, or anything else that was added? Would they ever make a big bag like this of that lemon flavored Starburst? I wish they would. They should. That thing would be 99-cent store special. Good, more for me. More for me. Why, this is high quality, top grade. You got to put a membership number in just to get it a discount. Okay. You know what I mean? All right. I'm just saying, brother. That lemon stuff you chewing on. Look, man. No disrespect to the lemon flavor Starburst. Same for me. If you're driving Jay, Ramsey hand-delivered Jay. Now I know what side Ramsey on. It's all good. Hand-delivered Jay a bag of all red Starburst. Favorites. Look, we got a little bit of time left here. I need my orange and yellow Starburst fans. Where y'all at? I've been waiting to hear from you, and I'm not hearing from you yet. One more segment, which Jim Bowden gave the Giants an A for the trade deadline. Let's just say I did not. More drive, guys. Don't move.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. catch new seasons of favorites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life. And you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech. Plus, gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Dummy on a beat, so it's a banger.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
The dust is settled from the MLB trade deadline, and I'm getting cooked a little bit, I can't lie, because a lot of people, well, multiple reasons, the starburst and a lot of things going on. But namely, here we go. Okay. 916 says, I like orange and yellow, but hating on pink is where you lose me. Look, this isn't a hating situation, though. I'm just saying I never hated on them. I said I don't eat them. I didn't say they were nasty. I said I don't eat them.
But it's almost, you're saying it without saying it.
No.
Because true Starburst fans understand that the red and the pink are the best, the tastiest, but you still find joy in eating the orange and the yellow.
Okay. So you're saying the fact that I don't eat it is disrespectful?
Yeah, you're disrespecting to the Starburst fan base.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
You should almost be eating Chico sticks or something at this point, bro. Like, you don't even deserve to even partake in a Starburst.
Man.
How don't you like everything that's in a Starburst package is a blessing?
I hear you.
So
maybe
the fact
I'll
that
go
you
back.
Passing them over?
Maybe I'll try it again.
All I know is your daughter must be not your daughter, but your sister must be a fantastic woman.
Yeah.
Because you have blessed her all these years with the red and the pink Starburst that she's probably exceeded expectations and probably passed her brother by now.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay.
So shouts out. Is her last name still Styles, or is she?
It is.
Okay. Well, shouts
is.
out to Sister Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Look, man, I don't even know how we got here. Okay, but I wish we never got here.
Well, you're the one who said that you don't eat.
Yeah.
Partake.
I don't.
In the pink or the even to this day.
Maybe I'll try it. Halloween around the corner. I'll see. I'll close my eyes.
Oh, see, you're hating. Bro, you're hating. That is indirect hating.
That was.
Yeah, come on, man.
That was.
Man.
Yeah, 530, they make red and pink only Starburst bags. They don't make yellow and orange. I know, 530, thank you. Thank you.
Man.
I appreciate
Thank you.
I appreciate you. So the trade deadline ended, and everybody is giving, kudos to the Giants. And I'm getting fried because I am not doing it the same way. All right. Now, let me break this down in a couple different ways. You can look at the trade deadline in different capacities, okay? So Jim Bowden of The Athletic, he has separated the teams into different categories. So he has a grade for sellers, he has a grade for buyers, and so on and so forth. Jim Bowden, as far as the sellers are concerned, he gave the Giants an A-, right? And here's the analysis. The Giants crushed this trade deadline and exceeded all expectations with their returns. They got back 3 solid starting pitching prospects in Marquez, Lelane, and Mendez, and a solid young middle infielder in Meyer. The sleeper acquisition was Hernandez, a 17-year-old shortstop who was in the Ray trade. He has all the tools to develop into a star-caliber player someday. So that is what Jim Bowden had to say. He had them ranked second, only behind the Tigers, who, of course, the Tigers moving Tarek Skubal, they probably could have got more back for Tarek Skubal. The Tigers, he had them ranked number 1 for the sellers. He had the Giants number 2. That's all fine and good. Don't get me wrong. Here's my thing. I am not personally separating the idea of sellers and buyers. On principle, I am not giving a seller an A. Because if you are selling, that means that something has gone awry in the season. That means you did not live up to expectations. That means that you have not exactly done the things that you wanted to do. So now you have to sell off pieces and make something of the season. That's number 1. Number 2 is they're all lottery tickets. So I can't give somebody an A when I don't know if any of these dudes are going to play in the major leagues. So that's my statement. If I were to segment them the same way Jim Bowden did, then I would say that the Giants did a heck of a job, right? They did. But on its face, and I'm getting fried because Giants fans are very excited with the returns, I understand, right? Buster Posey excelled in doing what he was supposed to do outside of moving the big contracts. But keeping certain players off the market as well still shows me that they're not fully all in, right? Jung-Hoo Lee, not on the market. Logan Webb, not on the market. Can you imagine what they would have gotten back if those 2 dudes were on the market? So it's still this 1 foot in, 1 foot out situation. So Jim Bowden gave the Giants an A-. As a seller, I do not personally segment things off. I'm not giving any seller an A. That's just me personally. People going back and forth with me. Give them the grade you want to give them. I give the Giants a B-. Okay? They got a lot back. Buster Posey sold off guys that he was going to lose anyway, and he moved off of Elliot Ramos, the only homegrown position player all-star feels like we've seen in a decade. I don't know if it's been a decade, but it's been a really long time, right? So I gave them a B-. Some people think that's too tough. Maybe it'll look bad on the other end if all these dudes are stars, and I pray that they are. But I cannot give the Giants an A because to me, we start to do the thing where you're turning lemons into lemonade, which is great, but now we start to do the thing where, well, this season wasn't so bad after all. And when Jay talks about this delusion, I think the delusion isn't the same as the Cowboys or teams like that. I think the delusion is, well, this was still a good season because X, Y, and Z. And if you start to do that, that's how you let these guys off the hook. Attendance is great. And what an outstanding trade deadline. Everything's looking up for the Giants. So I agree that Buster Posey, he balled out this season as far as being a seller. This is also the second consecutive season where Buster Posey has needed to be a seller. And that's not great. So we can segment things the same way I segment my yellow, my orange, my pink, and my red Starburst to say Buster Posey did a great job, but I'm not giving him any type of A at a deadline because as a seller, that means that something went south. So that is my take. You can agree with it. You can disagree with it. We can argue. You know where to find me on social media. I'm very, very active. But that's what I got when it comes to the Giants and the trade deadline. Buster Posey did what he was supposed to do. outside of moving the big contracts, but I'm not giving somebody an A when it comes to being a seller. If this trade deadline was a starburst, man, might be looking like a pink, Jay. Might be looking like a pink.
No, that would be good.
There's enough to some people it was a pink, but for the wrong reasons. For the wrong reasons. Thank you, Jay, as always. Thank you to Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report. That's up on YouTube now. Go check it out. A great conversation with him about what he thinks the Kings should do. We got some more sports talk, great sports talk, coming up next. And until tomorrow, secure the bag, light the beam.